Oh, baby, ladies and gentlemen, welcome in as we're going to get ready to rock and roll here with the Outlaw Racing League presented by Gears Unlimited, as we're going to get ready here for a little bit of qualifying as these drivers already out on the racetrack getting ready to rock and roll here for the 358 series. 358's up first here. Woo! Oh! Oh, baby, let's go, chat. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, man, this is going to be good. Another wicked night of racing action, man. A lot of cars out here once again on the racetrack. We're going to have a great time here, man. We're going to have a great time with a lot of great fast drivers out here on the racetrack. Woo! All right, as you see these drivers out there for qualifying, you see Hunter Livesay out there in that 97 ride. Brett Carey in the 524. Carey looking good out there in that 524 machine. Currently in the top spot here in this qualifying session. Randall Dixon there in second, but we got Nate Walker jumping up to the top of the speed charts and then going over the back hill here. That car is going to go upside down and over here, down into the catch fence, so a tough break there for the 122 ride as he's going to go for a bit of a spill as Michael Vitale out there in the 213 up into second on the speed charts. Vitale looking very good. Caleb O'Gwyn out there as well. Brett Carey just getting done his qualifying effort. Jake Henry about to jump out onto the racetrack as well. Eddie Neal out there now in the 318 ride. Yo, what is good, Jax? What is good, my boy? Andrew, what is good, homie? Are you going live on Twitch? No, unfortunately, no live on Twitch. No live on Twitch. Twitch has just never been it for me. It's never been it for me on Twitch. I've been thinking about maybe starting to go live a little bit more over on, what you want to call it there? What is it? Kick? We've been thinking about going over to Kick, maybe doing a little bit of stuff over there, but who knows? We might go to Kick, we might not go to Kick. We'll have to wait and see how that one kind of plays out maybe over the next little bit. We do have a channel over there. We just haven't got anything rocking and rolling. Nothing absolutely set in stone over there on Kick. So still things in the weeds, you know. Skyler, Mr. Skyler Pruitt coming in with the 96 stars. What is good, Skyler? What is good, my boy Skyler coming in, showing the love. Mr. Pruitt coming in, the like in the 96 star. Dono, homie, much love, much appreciate you. Yo, Lamar Jordan coming in with that heart reaction as well. What is good, Lamar? Lamar coming in, showing that love as well. What is good, homie? Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get ready here. Qualifying coming to a close. That means we're going to get ready to go green flag racing. Our first heat race of the evening, 358 Modifieds in action here for the first race of the night. We got a lot of racing action ahead of us. We got 358 Modifieds, we got Pro Late Models, and then we got the Big Block Modifieds. To finish the evening off, we got 3 races back to back to back. Gonna be an absolutely wicked time. Yo, Mr. Blakely, Josh Blakely coming in with that heart reaction. What is good, Joshua? What is good, my boy? Yo, Harry Yon coming in, smashing that like as well. What is good, Harry? What is good, my boy? Harry coming in, showing that love as well. Woo! Oh! Get this money! Woo! Woo! All right, looks like qualifying about to come to a close here. Everyone has qualified. Jax Young with the top spot here. Jax with that top qualifying position. Nicholas Ellie there in position number 2. Nate Walker, Michael Vitale, and Brett Carey rounding out the top 5 here in qualifying. Joseph Grandy, Eddie Neal, Jesse Ingram, Randall Dixon, and Caleb O'Gwyn rounding out our top 10 here in qualifying. Yo, Camden, my boy, what is good? How do I run this? How do you run this? Man, Camden, you would have to get a hold of probably one of the officials. Probably be Clayton Hack you'd probably have to get a hold of. Clayton is one of the main guys. Probably have to message him. Try to get into the action. You're not allowed. You're not allowed. Exactly, Nathan. Exactly. He's not allowed. He's too good. Too good. I don't know, man. There's some fast cars out there. I think Camden would have his hands full. I think Jax, some of these guys, Carey, some of these guys would give him a good run for his money, I think. They give him a good run for his money. But it would definitely make it a little bit more interesting with that 22 machine. Definitely make it a little bit more interesting. Shoot me a message and I can shoot you Clayton's info or an invite to the Discord if you'd like. Camden, see if we can get those boys maybe to see if we can get you in or not. See if they'll let you into the series. Woo. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna get ready here. Qualifying session number 1 out onto the racetrack here. As these drivers starting to load up down pit side, we're gonna get ready to see them roll out here onto the racetrack. Here they come out of the pits, out onto the track here as we're going to get ready for heat race number 1. These drivers getting ready to go to battle starting on the pole in this one. It is the 24 ride. It's the 4-2 graphics. Gears Unlimited number 24. That is Jax Young. To his outside in the 213, that is Michael Vitale. And we see Eddie Neal in the 318, Caleb O'Gwyn, Anthony Vitale Jr., Josh Anders, and Lynn Vitale rounding out the field. We got 7 drivers getting ready here for heat race number 1 as we are green flag racing. Can I bring the late model? Oh my gosh, fellas, let me see here. Let me message Clayton, see if we can get you boys in here for the next session. As right now, Jax Young out in front. He's going to lead lap number 1 as Michael Vitale right there in tow. There in third. It's another one of those Gears Unlimited rides as they're beating and banging down here. It's the 21 ride of Anthony Vitale trying to work his way up into third there after making some contact with Eddie Neal. Neal is going to hold on to position number 3 as Josh Anders in the 18 ride trying to work his way to the front. And now we see Anthony Vitale Jr. going over the racetrack down into the catch fence here. We're going to see the caution flag fly. Some heavy damage there. And you can see that car is stuck down in the snow fencing. He's going to take that ride down pit side as the first caution flag of the night is going to fly. See if we can get another look at this one. As 21 sends it up on the high side. Just goes up a little bit too high. Rolls it over the banking. Almost goes upside down. A great catch to bring it back onto all 4 tires. But fortunately sliding down that grass and right into that snow fencing. You can see that damage and everything else. So a tough break there for that 21 ride. You can see him still smoking down pit side. That car is in some absolute pain here. She's a little bit damaged, and unfortunately for Anthony Vitale Jr., that may take him out of the running here in this one as we're going to get all these drivers lined back up. We're going to get them stacked back up and ready to go back to green flag racing. Yo, Jason Butterfield, what is good, Jason? Jason coming in showing that love over on YouTube. What is good, homie? What is good, my boy? Hashtag reset. What's the league name? And send a request. Shane, it is the Outlaw Racing League. I do believe is what their league name is on iRacing. It's the Outlaw Racing League. You're not welcomed. I know. I don't think anyone's welcome. No, everybody's welcome. Come on now. I'm sure they would love to get more and more of you guys in there. I'm sure they'd love to get you boys out onto the racetrack. Yo, Ray Muller. Ray coming in, smashing that like on the stream as well. What is good? What is good, Ray? How you doing, homie? As we're going to get ready to go back to green flag racing. Jax Young out in front here. Getting that green flag back out into the air. As we see one driver, Eddie Neal, pull down to the infield here. Unfortunately, that's going to bring the caution flag back out. It's Neal going around there to start on this restart here. Not sure what happened. We'll take a quick look back as 318 was up on the high side. The 18 ride gets into the side of him, kind of gets underneath of him, spins that 318 ride down to the infield there. Enough of him getting sideways that 318 ride goes around. Brings out the caution flag here once again, so the pace truck back out onto the track. We're going to get these drivers lined back up. Keno, I just asked. He says it's closed. Oh, yeah. Yeah, see, I'm not sure. Not sure. He might, I don't know, he might open it up. I don't know if they will or not. Obviously I'm not part of the admin group over there or anything else, so I don't know how they run their stuff, but I'm pretty sure they closed it at like 24 drivers or something, so I'm not sure he's going to do anything else. We'll have to wait and see, unfortunately. We'll have to wait and see. I'm in limbo on that one, boys. I'm in limbo on that one. Of course, I would love to see more and more cars out there every single night for every single series, but sometimes it just doesn't quite go that way. Sometimes it just doesn't quite go that way. But it would be nice to always have more and more drivers out there to battle and duke it out and everything else, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Every league, everyone runs it differently, so I would, but he said no. Oh, that's rough. That's rough. It is what it is. It is what it is. Next time, fellas, next time. Hopefully we'll get a little bit more heads up and more time to get more drivers in, and hopefully have more drivers here on a consistent basis, and maybe some better drivers and everything else. I've been trying to get in for a little while. Just never heard anything. Oh. Huh. That's weird, Shane. That's odd. That's odd, homie. That's odd. All right, we're going to go back to green flag racing as the 24 ride of Jax Young out in front. Jax leading the way here with Michael Vitale and Eddie Neal right there behind him as the 213 ride. Still holding on to second. He's got his teammate right there behind him. That Gears Unlimited Vitale Motorsports number 213 ride, rocking a new paint scheme here tonight. So is in the 24 ride, though, of Jax Young, as Young continues to lead the way here, looking very good early on here in the night. This racetrack, though, is still going to change quite a bit as Caleb O'Gwyn up in that Apex Industries number 25X ride has worked himself up into position number 4 as now he's got the 21 ride of Anthony Vitale Jr. trying to work to the outside of him, but unfortunately, Vitale Jr. is a lap down here, so these passes are not going to matter for him. As Josh Anders is our 5th place driver. Lynn Vitale there in 6th, and Anthony Vitale Jr. bringing up the rear of the field, but it's all Jax Young out in front as we've seen that white flag fly. So one more time through corner 3 and out of corner number 4, it's Jax Young picking up heat race win number 1. Michael Vitale, Eddie Neal, Caleb O'Gwyn rounding out our top 4 drivers. Let's go. I was trying to make it home in time to run tonight. Oh, Jason, my boy. Hey, you might be able to still run the other series. If you can't make it into this one, I mean, you should be able to jump in and run the, maybe run the pro lates or at least the big blocks. So you might be able to get a little bit of racing in. Maybe not all of it, but maybe a little bit. So maybe. There's hope. There's hope. All right, as we can see, these drivers starting to load in back in the pits here as they're going to roll back out onto the racetrack here for heat race number 2. As heat race number 2 jumping out onto the racetrack, we're going to get ready for the starting order. And starting on the pole in this one, it's the 15 ride. That is Nicholas Ely into his outside. In the 524, that is Brett Carey. Starting inside of row number 2 in the 777 ride, that is Jesse Ingram into his outside. In the 515, that is Chris Cox. You see the 97 of Hunter Livesey, Briggs Kiker, and Wade Burris rounding out the field here as we're going to go green flag racing here for heat race number 2. Quickly, green flag out here in this one is no time to wait as we're already green flag racing. We already see one driver turned around. That's Brett Carey. Unfortunately, down off the backstretch there, and the caution flag is going to fly even though Carey has already taken that 524 ride down pit side. We're going to take a look and see what happens here as it looks like maybe a little bit of contact there with the 515 of Chris Cox. Lifts those rear tires off of that 524 ride, gets him sideways, and unfortunately, people just could not avoid the additional little bit of contact. Spin him around. He's pointing the wrong direction. Takes that ride pit side. A tough break there for the white knuckle setups ride there as he's going to take that ride down pit side. Tough one there for Brett Carey. Brett Carey, I think, has had the worst luck so far in this league. I think every single time there's been an incident on the racetrack, he's been right around it. There's been no doubt about that. He's been right in the middle of all these incidences. That'd be, a little bit of contact from these guys, beating and banging, or just unfortunately getting into the wrong place at the wrong time. And it's been a tough one for him. It's been a very, very tough one for him. The more the merrier, exactly. The more the merrier, 100%. Shane, come join my derbies. Yes, we'll get him in there. We'll get him in there. I'll send you the Discord. Yeah, definitely. It's just a new street stock demolition derbies that we're gonna be doing on Monday, Shane. It's gonna be just some fun racing, some guys out there battling, having some fun. It's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be a good time. 40 fast drivers out there on the racetrack. No rules except for not going backwards. It's always a good time. Oh, we gotta get the blue Gatorade going today. Woo. All right, as we're gonna get ready to go back to green flag racing, it's Nicholas Alley out in front here as Alley leads the way. We're gonna see that green flag back out in the air as we are back to green flag racing, and Jesse Ingram off into position number 2 with Hunter Livesay there in third as here comes the Team Zero number 97 riders. They're 3 wide right there behind them. Chris Cox down on the bottom. You see Wade Burris right through the middle. It's the 7 ride, the Team Zero, number 7 of Briggs Kiker. He's going to slide up the racetrack, and he's going to fall back into position number 6 as Brett Carey did not come back out onto the track here. So a tough break for that 524 ride. Nicholas Alley out in front, continuing to do what he does best, and that's lead the way here as that Gears Unlimited number 15 ride looking very stout at the beginning of this one. It's been Jax Young and Nicholas Ely for a majority of these races, man. These two have always been able to find their way towards the front of the field. That 15 ride and the 24 are looking to pick up heat race win number 1 and heat race number 2 here. 777 ride, the Gears Unlimited Vital Motorsports 777 of Jesse Ingram right there in second as Wade Burris up into third as the Sub-Zero Sim Racing number 98 ride up into that third position on the racetrack. Chris Cox there in fourth, trying to find a way to get back around the 98 ride as Hunter Livesay and Briggs Kiker right there in position number 6, trying to reel them in. It's Nicholas Alley trying to jump out in front here. Alley up in that top spot here. Looks like we're going to see these guys get the white flag, I do believe, that time by. So the white flag coming back out here. So we're going to see that white flag fly, but this time we're going to see that checkered flag as the 15 ride of Nicholas Alley is going to pick up heat race win number 2 on the evening. Jesse Ingram there in second. Chris Cox with the close one there, but Wade Burris picking up position number 3 in that 515 ride, coming home in fourth as we're going to get ready here for heat race number 3. These drivers starting to load up down pit side once again as we're going to get them rocking and rolling here for the third heat race of the evening. They're going to start lining up here down pit side, and we're going to see them roll out onto the racetrack here in a couple more seconds. Starting on the pole in this one, in the 121 ride, that is Nate Walker. Walker starting on the pole here for heat race number 3. Joseph Grandy there to his outside in that TWR number 518 ride. And then we see in position number 3, it's the 111 of Randall Dixon, and to his outside in the 55 ride, that is Blake Parsons. Starting inside a row number 3 in the Fox Racing number 2 ride, that is Kieran Roundtree, and to his outside in that 171 machine, that is Jake Henry. The pace truck's going to make the hard left-hand turn, right-hand turn down pit side here. We're going to get ready to set them back loose as we are back to green flag racing here for heat race number 3. Heat race number 3 underway as Nate Walker leads them down the backstretch, down into corner number 3 and out of corner number 4. It's the 121 ride who's going to lead lap number 1. It's the 55 ride of Blake Parsons trying to find his way around Joseph Grandy as Grandy sticking right there to the outside as they battle side by side here for position number 2. They're still side by side right there behind them for the 4th position as well. A good run there for the 171 ride as Jake Henry is going to jump up and take that 4th position away from Randall Dixon. Kieran Roundtree still back there in second as we're going to get a little bit of a battle here at the front of the field as the caution flag is going to fly. The caution flag coming out here in heat race number 3 on the evening, as we're going to take a look back and see what happens. Kieran Roundtree in the 2 ride. Oh, he just sends it over the hill there. He's going to go upside down, go for a little bit of a spill off the snow fencing down there and end up upside down. He's going to take that ride down pit side, so a heartbreaker there for Kieran Roundtree as he just gets up a little bit too high and goes over that banking. We've already seen quite a few drivers do that here tonight. How many more are we going to see? This is a very, very tough racetrack, especially once it gets slicked off, and the slicker and slicker it gets, the harder it's going to be for these drivers to hold on. Hell, the 111 looks like me. It does kind of look like your ride. A little bit like your ride there, Shane. Just a little bit. Enemy 2 for 2 so far. 2 for 2 so far, and looking very good here. Trying to make it 3 for 3 here in heat race number 3, man. These enemy rides have been very, very stout all night long. All night long. $20 to win, absolutely. $20 to win for those 3 for 3. 3 for 3, not yet. Not yet, Jax, not yet. It may happen, it may come, but you don't want to jinx your teammate here. You want to just, you know, full of optimism. Anything can still happen. I mean, whenever you got Blake Parsons and Joseph Grandy right there behind you, anything can happen. 2 fast drivers. They've been nipping right there at his heels as we're going to see that green flag back out in the air as we are back to green flag racing here at Lernerville Speedway. Green flag back out for Nate Walker as Walker leads the way. Blake Parsons right there in second as that white knuckles set up shop right there into position number 2 as he's worked his way around Joseph Grandy. Now you see Jake Henry trying to work his way up into that 3rd spot as he's trying to take a peek down low here over Joseph Grandy. Grandy, though, the good run down the backstretch there is going to keep him at bay. Randall Dixon there in position number 5, holding on, sticking right there with him as he tries to work his way closer and closer to the front as it looks like a little bit of a 1-lane racetrack right now as all these guys almost following right in the same tire tracks as the car in front of them. That 122 ride continues to lead the way. Nate Walker looking to try and pick up the checkered flag here and make it 3 for 3 for Team Enemy as these drivers doing a great job. But we're going to see that white flag fly here. So one more time around here for Nate Walker as Walker up on the high side. Here comes Blake Parsons with a big run down low. He's going to go for the slide job here in 3 and 4. A drag race back to the line. I think Blake Parsons got him. Blake Parsons picks up heat race win number 3 by inches. By inches right there. Heat race number 3 coming to a close. Let's see if we can get a look here at this one as man, oh man, heartbreak for that 122 ride is what is the difference there? This is showing dead even. Right down to the thousandths of a second between Blake Parsons and Nate Walker. Wowzers. I don't think it gets any closer than that, chat. We're going to have to take a look through iRacing itself here. Let's take a look at the results here. Heat race number 3, it's dead even. Right down to the thousandth. Wow. That they literally tied. They literally tied, and they gave the win there to Blake Parsons, making that last lap move. Absolutely insane. Heartbreaker there for Nate Walker as that's going to put him into position number 2. But, man, that is crazy. Wowzers. I don't think we've ever seen I don't think we've ever seen one finish closer than that. I don't think we've ever seen one closer than that, man. That is absolutely mind-boggling. Right down to the thousandths of a second, tied all the way through. I don't even know what comes after a thousandth of a second, but I'm guessing that's what it came down to. And we're talking, you know, millimeters here. We're talking very small increments, not even an inch, less than an inch between the two of them. That is absolutely insane. Insane, chat, right there for that finish. As you see these drivers jumping back out onto the racetrack here, they're going to get a little warm-up session as they're going to jump out onto the track. They're going to get their cars warmed up. They're going to make sure they got the right setups in. They're going to make sure that their cars are ready to rock and roll here as we're going to get ready for the starting lineup here in the start of our first A-Main feature event of the evening. Our first A-Main going to come up here in just a few more moments. Jax, my boy, I told you, homie, I told you. You never want to count out that 55 ride, and you can never know what's going to happen, and I don't think any one of us would have saw that one coming out right there, man. A dead even tie right down to the start-finish line. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. An absolute highway robbery. That poor 122 machine. See all these drivers out onto the racetrack continuing to work on their rides, making sure they got the right amount of fuel in their cars, making sure that they're ready to rock and roll here. Some of them wrecking down the front stretch here, trying to avoid one another. We see a couple drivers beating and banging and bouncing around here. Good thing this doesn't do anything for their cars for the start of this A-Main feature event, as we're going to get ready to go to green flag racing here in just a couple more seconds. The checkered flag is out on practice, and we're going to get ready to go green flag racing here with our A-Main feature event. These drivers are going to get ready to load in down pit side here. We're going to get ready for our starting lineup. Yo, Jared, my boy Jared coming in. Good job, Nate Walker. Great job there by Walker. I mean, there's nothing else he really could have done there. He played that absolutely perfect. And a great crossover, raced him back to the line, and I've never seen a finish closer than that. Right down to the thousandths of a second, tied right down to the third decimal point. No difference between them, dead even. And unfortunately, they gave it to the other car on the racetrack and not to Nate. So that's a tough one for him. But man, gotta feel pretty good about his odds here in this one. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you came here for a show. Well, here you go as we're gonna get ready for our starting lineup. Starting on the pole in this one. In the 213 ride, you see him down there to the right-hand side of that page truck. That is Michael Vitale starting on the pole here in our A-Main feature event. To the outside of him in the 55 ride, that is Blake Parsons. Starting inside of row number 2 in the 15 machine, that is Nicholas Ellie. Starting his outside in the 24 ride, that is Jax Young. And starting inside of row number 3 in the 122, that is Nate Walker. You see Jesse Ingram, Wade Burris, Eddie Neal, Caleb O'Gwyn, and Joseph Grandy rounding out our top 10. Jake Henry, Chris Cox, Hunter Livesay, Josh Anders, Lynn Vitale, Randall Dixon, Briggs Kiker, Kieran Roundtree, Anthony Vitale Jr., and Brett Carey are going to round out the field here. 20 drivers getting ready to go to battle here at Lernerville Speedway. 23 58 modifieds getting ready to duke it out here for 50 laps of racing action. Michael Vitale and Blake Parsons are going to lead us down here to the green flag as we're going to get ready to set these drivers loose. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning in, make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that share button, and hit that follow button as we're going to end all the anticipation with our feature presentation as we are green flag racing here at Lernerville Speedway. The 213 ride of Michael Vitale out in front here as Vitale leads the way. Blake Parsons right there in position. Number 2 is going to follow right in his tire tracks as the 213 ride is going to pick up the opening lap here in this one. As you can see those team enemy rides trying to reel the top 2 cars in. Looks like a swarm there of those gray, black, and a little bit of orange and blue rides trying to hunt them down the front of the field as we're going to see our first caution flag going to fly here as it looks like Brett Carey. I'm telling you, chat, I've been telling you all night long, man, that Carey has been having the worst luck in this entire series. And again, even at the rear of the field, starting at the back. He's going to send it in. The 21 ride just kind of comes down the racetrack a little bit, running side by side there, and Unfortunately, trying to carry a lot of speed and a lot of momentum through the center of the corner. That 24 ride is going to drive right into the side of Anthony Vitale Jr. And unfortunately, that's going to spin that 524 ride around, point in the wrong direction. And the first caution flag is going to fly. We're going to get these drivers lined back up, stacked back up, and ready to go back to battle here. Michael Vitale still out in front. Blake Parsons, Nicholas Ellie, Jax Young, Nate Walker, the 777 ride of Jesse Ingram. There in 6, Eddie Neal, Joseph Grandy, Wade Burris, and Chris Cox, rounding out our top 10 drivers so far in this one. Yo, Sarcy! Sarcy coming in, showing the love. Sarcy coming in with that like and the share. What is good, Sarcy? What is good, my girl? Yo, Jason Butterfield coming in, smashing that like on Facebook as well. Jason, my boy, coming in, showing that love. Let's get it, baby. Let's get it. He's got his talent from me, his mama. Laugh out loud. He's awesome. Absolutely, absolutely. I think he definitely got his talent from you, Stacey.
Let's go.
100%. 100% as we're going to go back to green flag racing here. The 213 ride. Little bit of a jump there, and he gets that jump. Hey, my PC boo. Hey, Sarcy. Hey, my girl. How you doing? As Vitale out in front, the 15 ride of Nicholas Ely is going to jump up and take that second spot away here. So Ely trying to work his way through as we see one driver upside down. I do believe that's Eddie Neal. Upside down there. In corner number 4, a bunch of damage here to the 318 ride as he goes for a wild spill down here, and the caution flag is coming back out. Wowzers. What a wreck there for Eddie Neal. You can see them 3 wide right there behind him, the 318 ride. A little bit of contact there from Joseph Grandy. Just kind of gets it right into his left rear. Hooks that car up. Those rear tires dig in just a little bit too much. And he goes for a big flip down here as we're going to jump right into the cockpit here. Never going to see it happen. Boom. Right into the left rear. Nothing he could do. Just hang on and hope for the best. Luckily enough, even with all the damage, he lands back on all 4 tires so he can at least limp this car back down pit side as the official iRacing base truck almost go right through him there. We'll take another look at this one as Randy just sends it in and just gets in a little bit deeper than the 318 ride. Gets into the side of him and spins him around and upside down, and tough break there as you see that 318 ride freshened back up at the rear of the field after going down pit side, getting some work done to it. You see Joseph Grandy back there getting his EOL for causing the caution. And then, I don't know where Brett Carey is here. I think Carey, oh, there he is. Brett Carey still out onto the racetrack, so that's good to see, but a tough break there for the 524 ride. He's still deep in this field as well as we got him stacked back up, and we're going to get ready to go back to green flag racing. I'm well. How are you, Sarcy? You know I'm always doing good, my girl. You know I'm always doing good, especially when we see you up in the chat as we are back to green flag racing. The green flag back out in the air here once again. Nicholas Ely looking for a good run down on the bottom side of the racetrack with the middle side paying off there down the backstretch for that Vitale Motorsports number 213 ride. As Michael Vitale continues to lead the way, now you see Jack Young trying to work his way around the 55 ride of Blake Parsons. Parsons right there in 4th, but we're going to see the caution flag fly here once again. So the 3rd caution flag of the race going to come out here. We'll take a look back. It looks like Eddie Neal having some issues again in that 318 ride. And he's going to send it in down into corner number 3. And oh, just looks like the 222 ride just unfortunately gets into him, spins him around. And then we saw Joseph Grandy getting some hard contact there as well. Grandy getting some huge contact going upside down here. Let's see if we can get a far chase. Lynn Vitale just gets in there, gets a little straightened out, goes right into the back of the 318, spins him around, and then nowhere to go for the 518 ride. He gets up into the outside wall and goes upside down a couple times. So tough break there for Grandy. Sunday night. Oh my gosh. What about Sunday night? Looks like that 911 last night. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I get you. You know, Stacy Bennett coming in, smashing that like on the stream as well. Stacy coming in, showing that love. Cersei with that exclamation mark notify, coming in with that exclamation mark followage as well with the 329 days. Oh, Cersei, we know it's been way more than a year, my girl. We know it's been way more than a year. Facebook doesn't, but we know it. We know it, okay? We know it. 100% it's been way more than a year for you being up here with the Peacemaker crew, my girl. We know Facebook trying to do their things here and there. I could, but I'm beat. Been driving all day, and I'm beat. There's next week. Absolutely, Jason. Absolutely, my boy. There's always next week. There's always the next race. There's always something else, and there's always brighter horizons, my boy. It sucks not seeing you out there on the racetrack, but I'm sure we'll see you next week even better as we're back to green flag racing here as that 213 ride. Once again, another good restart, but now he's got two of those team enemy drivers right there behind him. Here comes Jax Young down to the bottom side. Is Young trying to take a look to the inside, and we're going to see the caution flag fly here once again. Woo! It looks like Randall Dixon, the 111 ride, gonna go around here. Already some damage there. He's gonna kind of slide up the racetrack, and then the 21 ride to get into the back of him, spin him around. The 222 ride getting in a piece of him as well. Tough break there for a few of these drivers so far in this one. Oof. Oh, that's a pretty good hit there for the 222 ride of Lynn Vitale as well. Let me see here. Where is Anthony Vitale? Let me see if we can get a different angle of this one. Right from the nose. Yeah, just gets underneath him, kind of hooks that rear bumper, spins that 111 ride around, and that's going to bring our caution flag back out. So we're going to have to try it all over again. We're going to get these drivers lined back up and ready to go back to green flag racing. It's Michael Vitale out in front. Jax Young now up into position number 2. Nicholas Ely there in 3rd. Jesse Ingram in 4th. Blake Parsons there in 5th. Nate Walker, Wade Burris, Caleb O'Gwyn, Chris Cox, and Josh Anders rounding out our top 10. As we're going to get these drivers stacked back up and ready to go back to green flag racing. We believe everybody's still out onto the racetrack here. A few drivers having some issues, getting some damage. I do believe there's Brett Carey still out there. So all 20 drivers still out onto the racetrack, but we're going to try to see if we can get some good green flag laps here as we're going to get ready to set them back loose here once again. I'm just kidding. 911 getting close to the front. Just needs to seal the deal. Yeah, he looked very, very good Sunday, Josh. He looked very good Sunday night. I think Nick, that was probably his best shot at picking up the checkered flag was Sunday night. I know we're going to have a few more tracks that I think will play good to his driving style, but he had a good opportunity there, led a lot of laps, but unfortunately just couldn't close it out. As we're going to go back to green flag racing here in this one. Michael Vitale out in front, but Jax Young right there behind him in position number 2. That 24 ride taking a look down low. Nicholas Alley right there as well in position number 3. Jesse Ingram there in 4th. As now you see the 24 ride trying to get wound up on the high side here, looking for some big runs up there, using that high side cushion, looking for a good run down the backstretch with that 213 ride. Working the middle to absolute perfection, but you can see the 24 gets a great run here out of corner number 4. He's going to drive down to the bottom side. He's going to go for the slide job here in corner number 2. So the slide job, but a great crossover there by Michael Vitale. Vitale's going to stay out in front as the 24 ride. Let's take up the high side here once again. Another big run up there on the outside of the 213. Dead even with them here through corner number 1 and 2. Looking for a good run off of corner number 2 as they're side by side here. Down into 3 and out of corner number 4. Looks like we're going to have a new race leader as Jax Young's going to take that lead away. And right as he crossed the start-finish line, the caution flag is going to fly. The caution flag coming back out here as it looks like Randall Dixon having some more issues here in that 111 ride. The 21 underneath of him just kind of gets into him again. The 222 ride right there as well. Helping him up over the berm there. Luckily enough, he didn't go sliding down the racetrack and off the back hill there too much. Kept it parked right there, but a tough break. Randall is, man, he's been having a rough go in this one. See, contact right there as the 21 ride just tries to send it in underneath of him. He has a bit of a run here, but sends it in on the bottom side and then just kind of washes up ever so slightly into that 111 ride. He almost catches it, but then some contact there with Lynn Vitale. Gonna help him up and over that berm. Luckily enough, holds onto it, but doesn't drive back out onto the racetrack. As you see all of our leaders here going right there in front of him, playing it smart, making sure that everyone gets woed up before he drives back out onto the racetrack. Wrecks somebody else's night as we're gonna get him stacked back up. We're gonna get ready to go back to green flag racing as Jax Young out in front here. Luckily enough for him, he was just able to work his way past the start-finish line out in front before this caution flag was thrown, or else he wouldn't have control of this race. So he gets the control, he gets the fire when he wants, he gets to, you know, adjust the speed of these drivers behind him to try and work on different strategies on how to run these restarts to keep on trying to get good jumps and pull away from the rest of the field. As Young out in front, Michael Vitale right there in second, Nicholas Ely, his teammate there in third, Blake Parsons in fourth, the 777 ride of Jesse Ingram there in fifth, Nate Walker in sixth, Wade Burris, Caleb O'Gwynn, Chris Cox, and Josh Anders rounding out the field here as we are back to green flag racing as the green flag back out in the air here once again. Michael Vitale not getting the restart that he needed there as a big lead already for that 24 ride.
Let's go!
Jax Young with a good run up there on the high side, keeping these drivers at bay as he continues to try to pull away more and more here. Blake Parsons trying to work his way underneath the 15 ride now of Nicholas Alley. Is Alley trying to stay right there to his outside, looking for a good run out of the corner. They're going to make a little bit of contact. They're going to keep their rides pointing in the right direction, but give the advantage ever so slightly there to the 55 ride as he's going to jump up and take that third spot away from the 15 machine. Jesse Ingram there in fifth now as Nate Walker down to his inside as Walker trying to jump up here and take that fifth position away from the 777 machine. Wade Burris, Caleb O'Gwynn right there behind those two as they duke it out as the 122 ride takes position number 5 away. We see Chris Cox back there in 9th and Josh Anders in the 18 ride trying to work his way through the field here as that white knuckle racing setups ride is up into the top 10 here. He's got Jake Henry, Kieran Roundtree, Hunter Livesay, Briggs Kiker right there behind him. Eddie Neal in that battle as well, just on the outside of that one. He sits in 15th. Brett Carey playing it smart here. He's trying to play it smart throughout this race. That 524 ride already been collected in a couple of wrecks this evening. Rear of the field here in 16th, but trying to work his way closer and closer towards the front. Jax Young, though, continues to lead the way, now out to about a 1.3 second lead over Michael Vitale. As Vitale back there in second with a little bit of a lead now over Nicholas Alley, as Alley was able to work his way back around Blake Parsons. So Parsons sliding back now into fourth, and now he's got the 122 ride of Nate Walker looking down low to the inside of him as these guys continue to battle around the racetrack. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to jump into a quick Peacemaker Gaming Crank It Up session. So crank up that volume and cheer on your favorite driver. right as the caution flag coming back out here. Caution flag coming back out. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that crank it up session as we cranked it up and saw these drivers have some good runs out there on the racetrack, but no driver having a better run than the 24 ride of Jax Young as he was stretching his lead out more and more and more here. As that 24 ride continues to lead the way. We're going to see our 5th or 6th caution flag of the evening here as it looks like Lynn Vitale in the 222 ride. The Deuce's Wild Machine going to have some issues. Down into the corner, then just kind of loses it right in the slick stuff. Comes down the racetrack, bounces off. I do believe that was Joseph Grandy, then sends it up over the racetrack, over the berm there. Caution flag already out in the air. Tough break there for the 222 ride. Already some pretty major damage to the right-hand side of that ride. Maybe getting up into the outside wall. Some heavy damage for that 222 ride. So we're going to get these drivers stacked back up. We're going to get ready to go back to green flag racing as Jax Young out in front. His teammate there in position number 2. That is Nicholas Ellie. There in 3rd. That is Michael Vitale with Blake Parsons right there behind him. Nate Walker up into position number 5 is the 122 ride. There in position number 5 on the racetrack. Caleb O'Gwyn, Jesse Ingram, Wade Burris, Josh Anders, and Chris Cox rounding out our top 10 drivers here. We're going to get these drivers ready to go back to green flag racing as the green flag back out in the air here once again as we're going to get about 14 more laps left to go here in this one. Jax Young leads the way here. Nicholas Alley trying to hunt him down for that top spot. Michael Vitale is right there ready to bounce. One of these drivers make a mistake, he's going to be all over him. So isn't Blake Parsons. Parsons right there in that 4th position. See Jax Young, one of those drivers who's still sticking it up there on that extreme high side here. Some of these drivers, now that this track has gotten a little bit more slicked off, they're working a little bit lower around the racetrack, playing a little bit safer. 1 inch too far up there on the high side can send you over that berm and out of the ballpark here. So it's a very thin line up there. You got to be very careful. You see the 24 ride continuously hitting his marks perfectly up there on the high side. But one mistake, 1 mile an hour too quick into the corner, and that could be the end of their evening as Nicholas Alley right there in 2nd. You see that 15 ride is working the bottom side of the racetrack here. So isn't a lot of other drivers. Michael Vitale right down there. So isn't Blake Parsons. Some of these drivers searching around the racetrack trying to find that extra little bit of grip as we're going to go back under the caution flag. It looks like Briggs Kiker in the 7 ride. It's like Kiker, unfortunately. What we were talking about, gets in there a little bit too deep, goes over that berm, you get down into that wet grass down there. These drivers are just hanging on for dear life after that as we're going to take a look right here as the 7 ride just sends it in a little bit too deep. That rear tire goes over the edge and then he slides right down this hill. It's turned around and unfortunately that car going down over the banking. Our officials not being able to get an eye on them. They're going to throw that caution flag. Because normally when drivers go over that berm, it's a lot worse than that. A great job there by the 7 ride. Keep that car on all 4 tires and to keep it from hitting that snow fencing and wrecking that car. So a good drive there by the 7 machine, but a tough break as he was just outside the top 10. Now he's going to be deep in this one. Jax Young, though, still out in front, leading the way here. So Young still out in front, showing these drivers how to get it done as he was trying to stretch his lead out even more there before this caution flag came back out. Nicholas Healy still there in 2nd. Vitale, Parsons, and Nate Walker rounding out the top 5. So we have 3 of those team enemy drivers out there in the top 5, looking very good for the first feature event of the evening as we got 2 more feature events to come up right after this one. 2 more big races getting ready to happen. We're going to see the late models out onto the racetrack and then the big block modifieds to round out the evening as the official iRacing pace truck is going to make that hard right-hand turn back down pit side here. We're going to get ready to set him back. Loose as Jax Young is going to see that green flag once again out in the air. 9 more laps left to go here in this one. 9 more circuits here for Jax Young as he leads the way. Blake Parsons trying to look for a run underneath the 213 ride of Michael Vitale is up on the high side. Goes at 15 and 24 as they're trying to pull away from the rest of the field, but Jax Young once again shot out of a cannon as that 24 ride out to about a 6/10 of a second lead already over his teammate in the 15 ride, Nicholas Ellie. Vitale holding on here for position number 3 on the racetrack as now you see Blake Parsons. Parsons looking up high here. Gonna have to maybe protect as that 122 ride was starting to find a good groove up there on the high side. He's all over the 55 ride's back bumper. He's going to look down underneath of him here. This time through corner 1 and 2. It's the 122 ride trying to work his way up into position number 4 here. Nate Walker having a great run. You see that Apex Industries 25X ride up into 6th. That's Caleb O'Quinn with a good run. 777 ride of Jesse Ingram still holding on there. Down on the bottom here, trying to hold on to 6. Josh Anders through deep in the field. Down he's up into this battle as well as the 18 ride. Trying to jump up and take a couple more spots before this one finishes. Wade Burris holding on to 8. There's Kieran Roundtree with a great recovery. Now up into position number 9. And Chris Cox rounding out our top 10 as we're going to get a late race caution flag with 3 more laps left to go. That's the last thing that Jax Young wanted to see.
Let's go.
Was that caution flag. And you see that 24 ride parked down low here. Looks like he's going to wait for that official iRacing pace truck get back up and around them, and they're going to rejoin the field here as we're going to take a look back and see what brings out this caution flags. It looks like Brett Carey not having a great night once again here as that 524 machine just gets up the outside wall there ever so slightly. Wow, a big flip right there, hard into that outside wall at a corner number 4 there. Gets stuffed up into the wall, then hard into the corner 1. Wowzers, what a hit right there for Carey. And that absolutely destroyed that car. Hopefully that driver's okay down park pit side now. Right here, just kind of runs out of room, gets up into that outside wall, loses the handle, then upside down into the fence, goes flying through the air there in a violent wreck. The 524. See, there's a little bit of contact right there. Just kind of gets him up into the wall, gets him out of shape, and then wowzers. Woo! Last thing Brett Carey wanted to do right there was get collected in another late race accident. As we're going to get these drivers stacked back up. We're going to go ready to back the green flag racing. The green flag coming back out here. The 24 ride of Jax Young's going to see it fly once again. A good restart there by his teammate Nicholas Ellie. Is Ellie right there in position number 2, trying to work his way underneath that 24 ride. Michael Vitale holding on the 3rd as now you see Jesse Ingram. Ingram up inside the top 5 as you believe, I don't know what happened. We're missing somebody up here. I don't know what happened to Nate Carey. He's parked down pit side, so Nate Walker with some issues as well as he's off the racetrack. As Jax Young out in front is going to see that white flag fly here. So one driver looking to pick up the checkered flag has a big lead. It's Jax Young down into corner number 3 and out of corner number 4. He's going to pick up the first checkered flag of the evening. That Team Enemy 4-2 Graphics Gears Unlimited number 24 ride picking up the checkered flag in the first race of the night. His teammate Nicholas Ellie right there in position number 2, and Michael Vitale in the 213 ride coming home there in position number 3. Our top 3 right there. Jax Young, Nicholas Ellie, and Michael Vitale. Man, I don't know what happened. Nate Walker. Looks like Walker may have sent it out of the ballpark here. Let's take a look back and see what happens to the 122 ride. Oh, he misses up his corner right there in corner number 3, hard into the outside wall. Takes that car down pit side. That's what happens to the 122 ride. He was having himself such a good run up inside the top 5 here almost all night long as these guys lined up here on the front stretch. Getting their photos taken here. Jax Young's already taken his ride back down pit side out of victory lane. He's ready to jump into the next session and get his car ready and rocking and rolling for the next race of the night. Woo! Bryce Dickinson coming in with that like on the stream. What is good, Mr. Brycey Bear? Brycey Bear coming in, showing that love. Ben Peeble, my old man, coming in, smashing that like as well. Dad, how are you? Dad coming in, smashing that like. Cody Olsen with that like. Mark Rose coming in, smashing that like. Philip Cunningham coming in with that like as well. Virtual to reality coming in, smashing that heart reaction. Let's get it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see some congratulations up in the chat here for that 24 ride of Jax Young as Jax picking up the checkered flag here, man. What a run. Yo, what is good, Dad? Dad, nice new truck. I see you guys got a new truck. What in the world is that? We're at Sabrina's. Oh, you guys are at my sister's. Okay, okay. Well, say hi to the family for me. Say hello to the family. 1 for 7, Brett. I know, my boy. You have had the worst luck here nonstop throughout this league, my boy. That is a tough one. A tough one again, man. Right out of the get-go, just absolutely getting wrecked. That sucks. That sucks. Get one or chase one. Exactly. There we go. That's a good saying. That's a good saying, David. I like that. I like that. Sneezing, eh, Bryce? Got to sneeze? Go see what happened to Nate. Yeah. That was rough. That was a tough break there for Nate, man. That was a tough break there for him. Say hello to the girls. Hello, Isabel. Hello, Sabrina. Hello, Mother. I don't know if Mom's there or not, but hello to my family. My other family, my real life family, not just my racing family or my virtual family. Wasn't even racing tonight. Was running maybe 3/4 throttle. Unlucky. Yeah, that was rough, man. That was rough. We could tell you were having a rough go here all night long, man. And even at the start of the feature event, you were trying to work your way past a few drivers and then get collected again. And we could tell you weren't having a good time out there. Yes, she is. Oh, nice. You guys are all there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to jump up into the Discord here with our feature winner as our race winner picking up the checkered flag here. We're going to jump up into the broadcast booth, and we're going to pull that number 24 ride up in here for his post-race interview. Hey, Jax, it's Aaron up here in the Peacemaker broadcasting booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. I got you.
Jax, my boy, a great run, another great drive here in these 358 modifieds as you guys got that team hooked up here in this one, man, as all your drivers look very, very fast out there, but you were the class of the field once again. Once you were able to work your way past a few cars with that invert kind of setting you back there, having to start back in 4th position. Took you a little bit to get towards the front with the early caution flags, but once you did, man, you never looked back as you continued to pull away and stretch your lead out more and more and more, especially on that long run out to a good-sized lead. And there you are, parked back up in victory lane. Once again, man, how's it feel? And take us back through that race.
Yeah, it feels good. I'm glad to be a part of Enemy, and can't thank them all enough. Good thing me and Nick got one too. Yeah, I'm really good on long runs. I'm not too good on short runs, but yeah, qualifying P1, starting first in the first heat, winning the heat, rolling off P4 in the feature because there's an invert, so it gets a little frustrating.
Absolutely, especially after having such a good heat race, being able to, stay out in front in that and lead all those laps in the heat race and qualifying out there at the quickest lap time and qualifying, and then having to start the feature event back there in 4th position with 3 good drivers right there in front of you, 3 fast cars. Took you a little while to get around them, as those are tough competitors and very fast drivers to be able to compete with. And when it's a one-lane racetrack, there's so many caution flags where, you may be able to make a pass in 1 and 2, but if the caution flag comes out in 3, you got to give that spot back, and, kind of gets a little bit frustrating after a little while. How'd you keep your head on your shoulders there throughout those caution flags and just keeping your mind in the end game here, knowing that, you were going to have a good car, especially once this racetrack slicked off?
Yeah, I definitely got lucky when I took the lead. Before that yellow came out, it would have took like 3 more laps. Hopefully, get the lead after that would have came out. But yeah, I don't know. It's a lot of mental game. But yeah.
Absolutely. Well, Jax, congratulations on picking up the first checkered flag here of the evening. We got 2 more races. Hopefully, we'll see it back up here in the broadcast booth after those ones. And, man, who would you like to thank for such a strong performance once again out here at Lernerville Speedway?
Yeah, first off, I'd like to thank Enemy Setups, Nick over there, and all my teammates. They helped me a lot, give me the best setups on the game. You for broadcasting, playing for adminning, and all my competitors. Gears Unlimited, HY Pressure Washing Painting. That's about it.
Absolutely, Jax. Well, congratulations on picking up the checkered flag here in this one, my boy. Hopefully, we'll see you back out there for the late models. If we don't see you for those, I know we'll see you out there for those big block modifieds. As you never like to miss these modifying races, as you're oh so good in these things, man.
Yeah, I'm running the late models, but we don't know how we're going to do yet.
Absolutely, my boy. Well, congrats on picking up the checkered flag, and hopefully we'll talk to you back up here in the broadcast booth in, another 50-lap feature event.
Yeah, thanks for all you do. You're good at what you do.
Thank you very much. All right, my boy, good luck as we're gonna get ready here for our next race in just a few more moments. Man, that was a good run and some good racing, but man, that was a tough one. That was a tough one for a few drivers. Paul, what track with the late models? It's gonna be right back here at this racetrack. Unfortunately, Paul, this is the league, so unfortunately, I don't think they're taking on any other drivers. We had a few people up in the chat earlier asking to see if they could get in as well. Unfortunately, the series was locked in after, I think it was 24 drivers that they had register. They locked it in a few weeks ago, so unfortunately, they're not taking anybody else. But maybe we might be able to talk them in here maybe next week to maybe open it up to getting some more drivers out there. But we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see how many people we can get in, see if we can try to get some of those drivers out there. You shaved Dad? I did. We shaved her off. We shaved her off there, what, a week ago? A week ago or something. We shaved her right down to nothing except for the mustache. And it's coming back again, but we'll keep it maybe a little bit more trimmed up this time. Maybe a little bit more trimmed up for a little while. Oh, man, I know. It sucks, Paulie. It sucks, my boy. Nathan coming in, good run. Nick and Jax, absolutely, man. Nathan, you're having yourself a good run as well, man, until that berm, that hill, man. You just, unfortunately, entry just kind of a little bit too wide, a little too high there, and center right off of corner number 3, homie. We got to go look at that one. That's a tough way to take yourself out of a solid top 5 run, but it happens, man. Especially this racetrack, it can happen in an instant. We saw it quite a few times already tonight. I'm sure we're gonna see it a whole bunch of more times here throughout the evening. It's always gonna happen. We're always gonna see those drivers go for those wild flips and wild drives off the end of the road here in this one. As we're going to jump up into the broadcast booth here, we're going to pull in our second place finisher now. Nicholas Alley is Alley coming home there in position number 2. A great run and a great drive here by that number 15 machine. As he comes home in that second spot, we're going to pull him up into the Peacemaker broadcasting booth. Hey, Nicholas, it's Aaron up here in the Peacemaker broadcasting booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Nicholas, my boy, a good run, a good drive here, especially for you and the team, as you guys have a solid 1-2 finish, but you come up one spot short of the checkered flag, but all in all, a great run and a great drive here for you. Just didn't look like you quite had enough there for that 24 ride, as he was right up, still running that berm very fast up there. Looked like you guys were starting to migrate a little bit more down towards the bottom throughout the middle of the race.
Yeah, he kind of called the shot on that one, and he definitely made a better call than me on the setup there, and shout out to Jax on that. So he's definitely one of the guys who gives me a lot of good feedback, and we're going to be headed in the right direction come next week. So, really looking forward to that. So.
Absolutely, man. After the performance out of you two here in this one, I think you guys are already headed in the right direction. As both those cars and even your third car out there on the racetrack was having a great run back there in position number 5. Just unfortunately, that berm in this racetrack, that one little mistake coming in a little bit too hot into corner entry and throw you over that banking in a quick hurry. And we saw Walker, unfortunately, go over that banking in corner number 3 and put an end to a good run here in almost a top 5 finish here for all 3 drivers in the field here for the team enemy drivers, as we're all having a great run and a great drive, showing a lot of speed out there.
Yeah, it's always fun when you can get the entire team running up here, and actually Mike Vitale's on enemy too, so it's pretty fun having all the guys up here and be able to be fast and competitive, especially with the new update like that. So.
Absolutely, my boy, absolutely. Now, that's a big question, too, and we haven't really talked to anyone about that so far. How is the new update? Is there a lot of differences between, yesterday to today with that new update, different setups, or what have you guys had to do to, try to make these setups back working very well and making sure that everything is set up and ready to rock and roll here for, all of you guys in the field?
In the TAC with the 358s, I had to free it up just a little bit. But in the Pro Late Model stuff side of things, I think we're going to start to see more of a big difference. I went out and tested a little bit right before we joined, and I think we're going to see a big difference come here in the next race. So just be watching out for that.
All right. A little bit easier, a little bit harder out there with those Pro Late models.
I think it's going to be a curveball for a lot of these guys if they haven't drove them yet.
All right, well, it's definitely something we'll definitely keep an eye on. But, man, Nicholas, a great run, a solid drive here coming home in position number 2 to start the evening off. A good points night once again for the 358 series. A couple more races here. Hopefully this momentum continues to build for you, and hopefully we'll see it back up here in the broadcast booth a few more times throughout the night. But, man, if we don't, hopefully, you have yourself a good run and a good time out there on the racetrack. And hopefully right now you get a good shout out to all of your sponsors and any of your fans in the stands. So is there anyone you'd like to thank here for such a solid run here in heat race, or our first race of the night?
Just Enemy Setup Shop, all the guys on the team. We've recently started a team, got a lot of new guys on there. Bryson Banks, Nate Walker, Jack Cione. There's a lot of new talent. David Cannon. Just sorry if I'm missing anyone, but there's a lot of new talent, a lot of new guys on the team, and it's really starting to move in the right direction. I'm really proud of it. So huge shout out to them. They give a lot of great feedback, and I'm really happy in the direction we're headed.
Absolutely, my boy. Well, Nicholas, congrats on the second place run here in this one. Hopefully we'll see you back out here in, in the late models, and hopefully we'll see you back up inside the broadcast booth at the end of the evening.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to pull our third place finisher now. That number 213 ride of Michael Vitale coming home in position number 3. Vitale with a good run here coming home in that third spot. Hey, Michael, it's Aaron up here in the Peacemaker Broadcasting booth to get a copy.
I got you, Aaron.
Michael, a good run and a great drive here in the first race of the night in these 358 modifieds, man. You're up there leading some laps, having a good time, having some good runs out there. Just unfortunately, we saw the 24 ride get around you, then we saw you battling side by side there for a little while for, the second spot on the racetrack, sliding back another spot, but still a great run and a great drive here for yourself, coming home in that third and final podium position.
Thank you.
Absolutely, man. How do you like the new, update, man, with all the different changes and everything else that iRacing has done to these dirt cars? How have you had to adjust the car here and adjust your driving style with this new set, or with the new update? And has it affected your driving style very much?
I wouldn't say it affected my driving style much. I did notice that the lines did change up a little bit. The top was gone early, and it seemed to come back towards the later in the race. The line was switching up a little bit, but most of the race I maintained, middle to bottom. Jack's, he pulled that slider on me, and it was all there from that point. Yeah, all in all, I think that the update is good. I like the way the track is actually changing up throughout the race, where it's just not one line Other than that, we'll go from here. It's day one of the update, and we'll see what happens with the rest of the tracks.
Absolutely, my boy. Well, good run here and a good solid third place finish to kick the night off. Who would you like to thank for such a good solid run here to start the evening with 3 races here and a good start in the 358s?
I want to thank Billy Roberts over at Gears Unlimited for everything he does for me. Everybody over at the Vitale Motorsports, Eddie Neal Enterprises, Tightline Apparels, A&J Landscaping, Enemy Setups for the Dig, and you and Clayton, for putting this on.
Absolutely, my boy. Well, congrats on a solid third place finish. Hopefully we'll see you back up here a couple more times throughout the evening. As we're looking forward to seeing that 213 ride, trying to work your way back into the top 3 here in another podium finish.
Yeah, we'll give it our best.
And you have yourself a good night and enjoy the racing.
All right, thank you. You take care.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up there for our third place finisher in race number 1, Mr. Michael Vitale, as he comes home there in position number 3 to kick things off here this evening, as we're going to get ready here for our second race of the night. You see these late models already out onto the racetrack. It's now the late models, their turn to jump out here and have some fun. Some of these drivers are going to be a little bit more of their driving style with these late models, and as we heard there from Nicholas Healy and a couple other drivers, is that the lines have changed up a little bit. iRacing has done a big update. Some things have gotten mixed up. Some different setups aren't working. People are going to have to try to change some things up here, especially in these pro late models. We'll have to wait and see who's got a handle on them here early on in this one. Right now, it's Josh Anderson, that 18 ride, looking very good out there on the racetrack. Chris Cox looking good as well. But now it's the 121 ride. The quickest lap time here in practice. Nicholas Ely's going to jump up there and beat his lap time as Ely now out into the top spot. Is going to almost go off the racetrack there, get out of everybody's way as we see Jax Young now out on the track. These drivers trying to work on their rides, trying to make sure that they got the right setups in, making sure they got a handle on these cars. You'll see these guys getting a lot of laps in here in this practice session, trying to make sure that they got these things absolutely set up and hooked up, ready to go. Woo! Man, what a show. That first race was absolutely amazing. Been in Heartbreak Hotel in these league races. Hopefully I can turn it around in the pros. Hopefully, Nathan, hopefully, my boy, hopefully we can see you get a good run here. Hopefully it kind of turns itself around and gets you back onto the right track here, and hopefully we'll see you back up and having the solid top 5 run. Hopefully we'll see you finish it out, man. There's been a few drivers that have been having some real tough luck and some real tough breaks here in this series so far, man. We talked about yourself, and we see Brett Carey and some of these other guys just not quite having the finishes that they really put the effort into, man. They're out there putting down great lap times. They're continuously fast, just unfortunately putting them being in the wrong place at the wrong time, or making those simple little mistakes around the racetrack. And really they've had some tough luck, including yourself, Nate, including yourself, my boy. We're going to see these drivers continue on practicing around the racetrack. We see Nicholas Ely out there and done another little quick session. We see Hunter Livesay out there as well in the Team Zero. 4Q Graphics ride out there looking very good. Aaron Roundtree jumping out onto the racetrack up into the outside wall goes Roundtree. Blake Parsons out there onto the racetrack in the 55 ride. Whew. Man, these late models look absolutely minty. And you see the 55 go off the racetrack as well. Oh man, these things are looking tough, looking like these guys are really having to hang on to them. And we see now Ryan Stillwell in the 9 riding the Animal Racing number 9. Almost goes over that banking as well as some of these drivers just trying to hang on to these rides here. He goes back over the wall again here. Oof. Late models are definitely different. You can kind of tell these drivers are already struggling here in practice, having a rough go already. Kind of sliding around, bouncing around here, not having the runs that they would need. And we're going to see our practice session come to a close. So hopefully these guys got enough practice and enough little bit of a warm-up here. we're going to get ready for some qualifying, and these drivers are going to jump out onto the racetrack for 2 laps of qualifying action to lay down their quickest lap time, their quickest attempt here to try and pick up the top spot here in these practice session, or in this qualifying session. You guys are just tuning in over on Facebook or YouTube. Please make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that follow button, and hit that subscribe button if you're watching on YouTube, as we're going to get ready to rock and roll here with our second race of the evening. You see Nicholas Ely out there onto the racetrack. Even Ely's going to send it over the banking here. So a tough break there for Ely as well, man. These guys are really struggling out there, man. There is some drivers not having the runs that they would wish for. See Briggs Kiker and the Team 042 Graphics. Number 7 ride with the quickest lap time here. Chris Cox going to jump up into second. Anthony Vitale Jr. there in third. Blake Parsons there in fourth. We see Jax Young not with a good lap time. He's going to come home in the 5th position here. Is now Blake Parsons is going to jump up and beat the lap time of Briggs Kiker, and he's going to take that top spot away here. So move Parsons, the fastest car, onto the racetrack, to see where Nicholas Alley can line up here. We see Ryan Stillwell out there as well. Stillwell is going to stay right where he was, as now Nate Walker is going to jump up into position number 2. We'll have to see if Nicholas Ely can get a good run here, jump up and make the move to jump to the top of the speed charts. Michael Vitale is going to jump up into 6th position, as, man, these guys are strung out all over the place here. There it is. Nicholas Ely jumping up to the top of the speed charts in the 15 ride, taking that pole position away from Blake Parsons. So Parsons is going to slide back to second. Walker there in third. Briggs Kiker and Chris Cox rounding out the top 5. In the 18 ride, getting up into the outside wall again, sending it over the racetrack. Doing some of these fast cars out here having some issues. Ryan Stillwell out there. Stillwell back in the 11th spot, as Joseph Grandy upside down there in corner number 3 and 4. Ethan Johnson coming out onto the racetrack now, as here comes Johnson in the 11 ride. We see Jesse Ingram out there for his qualifying session. Ingram's going to send it over the banking there in 3 and 4 as well. Man, 3 and 4 is looking very, very dangerous out there, man. There goes the 11 ride. What? I don't know what we're watching. Even just in qualifying, man, we've seen so many drivers blow it over that banking up there on entry at corner number 3. That is nuts. That is crazy, man. We're seeing some very fast and talented drivers having some issues here. Some good Gatorade right there, chat. Some good Gatorade right there. All right, so the 11 ride of Ethan Johnson there with that lap is going to jump up into position number 6, just in front of Josh Anders. So Anders is going to slide back to 7th, and there goes the 11 ride over the banking again, up into the outside wall. That's going to complete his qualifying attempt there. Man, this is nuts. This is pretty crazy, man. These guys are having their hands full. They're having some struggles here in these late models. Seeing these guys all over the place. David coming in, showing the love. Hashtag Team Enemy coming in, showing that love again. Woo! All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get ready here for heat race number 1. Is heat race number 1 about to get underway as these drivers getting done their qualifying session. We're going to get ready to rock and roll with our second heat race of the evening. Our second set of heat races here. Second set of heat races. These drivers starting to load into the sim. We're going to get ready to rock and roll here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have to quickly... quickly reset the overlay there for us. That should fix it for us here. There we go. All right, as we're going to get ready here for heat race number 1 here with the Pro late models. Heat race number 1 about to get underway. Drivers loading into the sim. They're parked down pit side here. We're going to get ready to set them loose. Starting on the pole in this one, in the 15 ride, that is Nicholas Alley into his outside. In the 7, that is Briggs Kiker. Starting in position number 3 in the 18 ride, that is Josh Anders into his outside. In the 2 ride, that is Kieran Roundtree. Starting inside a row at number 3 in the 318, that is Eddie Neal into his outside. In the 518, that is 518 of Joseph Grandy. We got 6 drivers getting ready to go to battle here for 8 laps around Lernerville Speedway. We're going to get ready to set these drivers loose. All right, as that pace truck's going to make that hard right-hand turn, we're going to get ready to set them loose here for our first heat race of the Pro Late Model Series as we are green flag racing. Nicholas Alley out in front here as Alley leads them down into corner number 1. Alley leads the way with Josh Anders trying to take over position number 2 as they make a little bit of contact into 3 here. There goes the 7 ride of Kiker. Kiker is going to get up into the outside wall there. He's going to go around ever so slightly, and the caution flag is going to fly. Take a look back. This is what we were talking about there in qualifying. Seems like these drivers are having a real hard time really getting these cars to turn into the corner in corner number 3. A little bit of help there, maybe with a little bit more of a messed up entry than what he would hope for. Gets a little bit of contact there with Anders right there. Maybe straightens him out, makes that corner entry a little bit more out of whack there. And a tough break for the 7 ride. He goes over that banking, and we're going to see him as the first caution flag of the evening. We're going to wait for that pace truck to catch up and get around these drivers as we're going to get ready to stack them back up and go back to green flag racing. New update messing with setups, I'm hearing? Yeah, absolutely. I can definitely see that being the issue, David. 100%. At least maybe not even setups. Probably a little bit of setups and a little bit of just, you know, different lines, different ways that the cars are handling. So it's going to take some getting used to, especially as you can see out of some of these drivers in this one. Some of the pro drivers out there having some issues as we're back to green flag racing. Ellie out in front here, showing them how to get it done as they're 2, almost 3 wide back there behind him. Kieran Roundtree up on the high side. No one's going to go over the banking that time, but this is a good battle here. 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th, all right there battling on the racetrack. Joseph Grandy's going to jump up and take that spot away as we see some contact back here. Briggs Kiker going to get collected. The 2 rider Kieran Roundtree is going to go around Eddie Neal right in the middle of that one, as well as we're going to see the caution flag come back out. This all starts down the back stretch here. 2 ride out of whack just a little bit. So is in the 318. They kind of go 3 wide. Kiker right in the middle there. Now getting his nose chopped off there, and that one is going to spin the 2 ride around, and so doesn't the 318 ride as they're both down, parked off of corner number 3 over the banking. Woo, hang on to it, boys. That was a close one for the 2 ride around tree, almost going upside down there. That's a tough one as he almost went for a crazy, crazy ride. We're going to get them all stacked back up. We're going to get ready to go back to green flag racing. Nicholas Ellie out in front. Josh Anders there in position number 2. Joseph Grandy there in 3rd. Kieran Roundtree, Briggs Kiker, and Eddie Neal rounding out the field here in heat race number 1 as we are back to green flag racing as the green flag back out in the air here once again, and a great restart out of that 15 ride of Nicholas Alley. Josh Anders solidly up into position number 2, so Anders looking good here, working himself up into that 2nd spot on the racetrack. Joseph Grandy trying to hold on to 3rd here as Kieran Roundtree taking a look down low on him here as the 518 is going to go up and over the banking. 518 hopefully not going to go around, but there it is, and the caution flag flies. Grandy getting parked here as he gets stopped up on the high side of the racetrack. They're blowing it over the banking here. That car just keeps traveling up and then goes over and, of course, goes around here down the backstretch. That car gets stopped, and the caution flag coming out as he takes that 518 down pit side. So we'll have to stack them back up and get ready to do it all over again here. As Nicholas Ellie leads the way. Josh Anders there in 2nd. Kieran Roundtree in 3rd. Briggs Kiker, Eddie Neal. Rounding out our field of drivers on the racetrack as Joseph Grandy already parked it down pit side here. A tough break for that 518 ride. See the 2 ride continuing to blink ever so slightly here and there. Kieran Roundtree having some issues there. A little bit of blinkiness, unfortunately, there for him. That's definitely going to affect the outcome here for probably a couple of the other drivers having some issues there. Maybe trying to get around him in that car blinking. It's going to be hard to tell where he is on the racetrack or how deep they can send it into the corner if they can't see him there. 1 minute they can see him, the next minute they can't, and then all of a sudden he's back there again, and bam, they're right inside of him, or he's going around. Well, hopefully internet connection comes back a little bit better as we're going to see the base truck take the hard right-hand turn. We're going to go back to green flag racing. The 15 ride of Nicholas Alley out in front here. Alley leading the way. Josh Anders there in 2nd as Anders looking down low, trying to maybe see if he can snag this lead away from the 15 ride. Nicholas Alley trying to hold him off. We're going to see 2 more laps left to go, that time by the start-finish line. Kieran Roundtree up into position number 3 on the racetrack as Briggs Kiker still there in 4, holding off Eddie Neal as Neal trying to jump up and take that 4th spot away. As that time Neal getting a little loose at a corner number 4 as we're going to see the white flag fly here one more time down the backstretch. Here comes Anders down low on the bottom side. Anders can't get the run off that. Ely gets it. Ely is going to pick up the checkered flag here in heat race number 1. Anders coming home in 2nd. Roundtree there in 3rd as we're going to get ready for heat race number 2. Yo, Johnny Nolan, my boy Johnny coming in, smashing that like on the stream. Johnny coming in, showing that love as we're going to get ready here for our 2nd race of these pro late models. Heat race number 2, loading in down here, down pit side as these drivers all ready to rock and roll. Starting on the pole in this one. In the number 55 ride, that is Blake Parsons into his outside in the 515. That is Chris Cox. Starting in position number 3. Do believe in the, actually, let me see here. Looks like Anthony Vitale starting there in position number 3 with Hunter Livesay to his outside there in 4th. Starting in position number 5 in the 24 ride. That is Jackson Young And to his outside in the 524, that is Brett Carey. So 6 more drivers here for heat race number 2 as we are back to green flag racing. Out in front, Parsons leads the way as you can see some of these drivers trying to hold on to their rides. The 97 with a big run up there on the high side. They're going to go over here. There goes the 21 ride of Vitel. Vitel's going to go over the 97 ride trying to hang on to it. We saw Brett Carey collected in that one as well as a big wreck down the backstretch here. Man, oh man, oh man. You saw the 97 ride getting a big run up there out of corner number 2 and tries to get to the outside here. Chris Cox, and unfortunately gets up and out, and so does the 21, and then the 21 ride goes flying through the air, hard into the outside fence. So doesn't Brett Carey. A couple of tough licks right there. Let's see if we can get a little bit of a far chase here on the 21 ride. So, looks like Carey goes over the racetrack. Oh, man, that's what happens right there. Brett Carey goes off the racetrack ever so slightly, comes back onto the racetrack, hits that left rear of the 21 ride, and they both go flying off the racetrack here. Yowzers. Tough break right there for Anthony Vitel. Trying to have a good run there, and that did not work out in his favor. That XR1 rocket machine going for a wild ride. Ugh. Tons of damage. So we're going to get them stacked back up here. We're going to get ready to go back to green flag racing as Vitel Jr. and Brett Carey still parked down pit side as we're going to get ready to go back to green flag racing. It looks like Vitel Jr. actually just getting back out onto the racetrack in time here. They're lined back up, stacked back up, and ready to go back to green flag racing. Blake Parsons out in front looking for that green flag here. It doesn't look like we're going to get it. Looks like this caution flag is going to be extended here. Looks like we're going to get another lap or two of caution flags, so we're going to have to wait for that official iRacing pace truck. Get back out onto the racetrack here. Team stopped down there on the backstretch waiting for this official iRacing pace truck to get back around them there. Then the field is going to start rolling here and catch back up as you see the 524 ride jumping back out onto the racetrack as well. Yo, Susie, Mama Bear, Susie Dickinson coming in showing the love. Susie coming in, smashing that like on the stream.
Let's
Mama
go.
Bear, how you doing? Coming in, showing all that love here in this one. We're going to get these drivers loaded back in here, and we're going to get them ready to go back to green flag racing. A little bit of a caution-filled night so far. Quite a few caution flags. Saw one good run early on in the evening. In that first feature event, we saw a good little 20-lap, maybe 25-lap green flag run. But other than that, it's been quite a few caution flags here. We're going to have to see if they can clean it up ever so slightly as we're going to go back to green flag racing. Blake Parsons out in front. Parsons leads the way. Chris Cox right there in second. Jax Young now trying to jump up and take that third spot away as the 97 ride. Having some issues there. Brett Carey going off the racetrack once again. Hunter Livery coming in there as well. We're going to see white flag fly here. I don't know. They got something all messed up here again, but I do believe the caution flag coming back out here. The world. Is the caution flag coming back out. You can see right in front of him here, the 97 ride gets super tight, washes up the racetrack, gets into the side of the 24 ride. 524 gets in the back of him. Kind of bounce around, and then Brett Carey going over the hill again there, having another tough break. He's going to wash all the way down to the trailers down here on the bottom of the backstretch. We're going to go back under the caution flag. Spin around, nice, easy. Luckily, it doesn't look like too much damage there for the 524, so he's going to try to get back out onto the racetrack here. So we're going to have him stacked back up and ready to go back to green flag racing once again. We're going to try this one all over again here. It's Blake Parsons out in front. Chris Cox there in second. Jax Young there in third. And we see Anthony Vitale Jr. and Hunter Livesay rounding out the field here. It looks like Brad Carey's taking that ride back down pit side once again. Pace truck making that hard right-hand turn, and we're going to go back to green flag racing. Parsons with a good restart there. Once again, as Jax Young jumps right into position number 2 as Chris Cox washes up the racetrack ever so slightly. He's going to battle back strong down here on the bottom side. He's going to wash up the racetrack ever so slightly. Almost goes around there. Somehow catches it. Keeps on rolling. We're going to stay green flag racing here. The green flag's going to stay out. Once again, as Chris Cox barely hanging on to that one, as now Blake Parsons has a new face right there behind him as the 24 ride of Jax Young is right there in his rear view mirror. And here comes Anthony Vitale Jr. as Anthony slowly working his way back up towards the front as well, up into position number 3. One simple mistake, and there it is. The 21 ride blows it over the banking into the outside wall. He's going to give up third as now Hunter Livesay is going to jump up into position number 3 here as Jax Young looking for the lead, looking for a big run. The 55 trying to not wash up the racetrack. They make some contact. The white flag's out, so no caution flag here. Hunter Livesay there in second now, but heartbreak for Blake Parsons. He goes around after that white flag as the checkered flag is going to fly, and it's Jax Young picking up heat race win number 2. Hunter Livesay coming home in third. Chris Cox, Anthony Vitale Jr., Blake Parsons, and Brett Carey rounding out the field here in heat race number 2. A little bit of mayhem unfolding there in that second heat race as these drivers were, nonetheless, beating and banging and having some issues out there on the racetrack with this new setups and everything else, having a rough go here. We're going to get these drivers loaded in for heat race number 3. Heat race number 3 out onto the racetrack here. They're loading up pit side, getting ready to go to battle here for the second heat race of the night. Starting on the pole in this one, in the 122 machine. See if them start rolling onto the racetrack. There we go. Starting on the pole in that 122 is that Team Enemy Gears Unlimited. Number 122 starting on the pole. That is Nate Walker into his outside in the 11 right. His teammate there. That is Ethan Johnson. Starting in position number 3 in the 213 is Michael Vitale into his outside. That is Ryan Stillwell. Bringing up the rear of the field in the 777 right is Jesse Ingram. And then we were supposed to see Wade Burris, but no Wade out there. As we're going to go green flag racing the 122, electing to take that high side. We are green flag racing once again here at Lernerville Speedway. See if they can make it through lap number 1, clean and green here. Looks like they're going to get it here in this one. Nate Walker out in front. Ethan Johnson there in second. The 9 right. Ryan Stillwell there in third as he's got Michael Vitale and Jesse Ingram right there behind him. As Nate Walker continues to lead the way here. You see the 11 ride almost going over the banking there, having to get onto the binders ever so slightly. That's going to slow up the 9 ride of Ryan Stillwell. That's going to allow Michael Vitale and the 777 ride to work their way around that 9 ride as he had to get onto the brakes to avoid contact there with that slowing 11 rider, Ethan Johnson. Johnson's going to keep it rolling, though, keeping it clean and green. This guy's doing a great job here. No caution flags as of yet. Knock on wood. These laps going to continue to get clicked off as Nate Walker continues to lead the way here. Walker doing a great job holding these guys off as the 122 ride looking to pick up heat race win number 3 here. Looking to make it this time a 1-2-3 finish for these heat races, picking up the checkered flags in these heat races for that team enemy machines. As now we see the 11 rider Ethan Johnson almost going over the banking there, sliding down the backstretch ever so slightly. He's going to lose 2nd, 3rd, and 4th here. He's going to slide back into position number 5 as the white flag flies here one more time down the backstretch into corner number 3 and out of corner number 4 for the 122 as Nate Walker is going to pick up heat race win number 3. Jesse Ingram there in 2nd. Ryan Stillwell, Michael Vitale, and Ethan Johnson rounding out the field there in heat race number 3. So we're going to get a quick little warm-up session here as these drivers going to jump out onto the racetrack. They're going to get some practice. They're going to make sure their cars are locked, set, and ready to go here for their A main feature event.
Let's go!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Practice coming to an end there, and that means we're going to get ready for our starting lineup as our A main feature event is about to get underway. Our A main right here coming right at you. As you came here for a show, well, here you go. As these drivers are going to start to roll out onto the racetrack here. The start of this A main feature event, the Pro Late Models live here from Lernerville Speedway. We're going to see our pole sitter in that Sub-Zero Sim Racing white knuckle racing setup shop. Number 18 ride lead us down to the green flag. That is the 18 ride of Josh Anders. His outside in the 122 machine. That is Nate Walker starting in position number 2 and starting in position number 3 in the 24 ride. That is Jax Young. To his outside in the 15 ride, that is Nicholas Alley, and starting in position number 5 in the 97 ride in that Team Zero, number 97, that is Hunter Livesay, and to his outside in the 777s, that is Jesse Ingram. And we see the 15 ride there, or the 515 of Chris Cox, Kieran Roundtree, Briggs, Kiker, Ryan Stillwell, rounding out our top 10. Michael Vitale, Blake Parsons, Eddie Neal, Joseph Grandy, Ethan Johnson, rounding out our field here as it looks like Brett Carey, Anthony Vitale Jr., and Wade Burtis all not starting the show here for this A main feature event. So we got 15 drivers getting ready to go to green flag racing. Is the green flag gonna come out here in this one? Josh Anders leads the way here in the 18 ride down to the green flag, to 122 to 24 the 15. All these team enemy drivers surrounding this white knuckle racing setups. Number 18 ride he's gonna lead them down to the green flag, but he's got these drivers surrounding him out there on the racetrack. All right, as we see that pace truck make the hard right-hand turn, we're going to end all the anticipation with our feature presentation. Looking for the green flag here. Doesn't look like we're actually going to get it, as it looks like these drivers are going to wait patiently for a few of these drivers to jump out onto the racetrack.
Let's go!
So we're going to stay under the green flag, but it looks like we're going to wait for possibly Anthony Vitale Jr. to get onto the racetrack here, maybe. Caution flag gonna come out now as Wade Burr still not out on the racetrack here. There we go. We see Brett Carey jumping out onto the track now. We're gonna see there's the 21 ride of Anthony Vitale out there now as well. It's like he may be a lap or two behind, so we may have to drive around a few of these drivers, get his laps back here. Lineup getting a little mixed up here with the 21 ride in the 524, missing the start here, but that's giving him a good break as the 18 ride waiting for the pace truck to go by, as we're going to get these drivers lined back up, stacked back up, and ready to go back to green flag racing here. Just a couple more moments as we got these drivers starting to line up where they're supposed to be, back out onto the racetrack in their proper positions. We're going to get ready to go green flag racing. All right, the pace truck gonna make that hard right-hand turn this time. That means we're gonna get ready to set these drivers loose. You came here for a show, well, here you go. Let's end all the anticipation with our feature presentation. As Josh Anders leads us down here to the green flag, quickly trying to slide up the racetrack, but here comes the slide job out of the 24 ride. Completely surrounded, some contact here from the 18 ride as he gets up into Jax Young. Young gonna go up the hill here, and he's gonna slide back into position number 4 as Josh Anders is going to lead lap number 1 here in this one. Nicholas Alley trying to lurk his way down low as we're going to see the caution flag fly here for the first time this evening. The caution flag coming out here rather quickly in this one as we saw some mayhem unfolding there at the front of the field as it looks like few drivers having some issues here, but it looks like Joseph Grandy and Anthony Vitale Jr. having some issues deeper in the field. 11 ride already with quite a bit of damage there, but not sure what happens here to the 518. He already has this damage on the front end of his ride. Trying to see what happens here to Vitale as throw a blanket over these guys 3 wide here through the middle of the field. Vitale sends it in on the bottom. The 777 ride gets into his back bumper, lifts up that rear end and spins that 21 ride around, and that's going to bring out the caution flag. All right, as we're going to have stacked back up and ready to go back, the green flag racing here once again. These drivers loaded into the sim and ready to go back to battle. And that 18 ride having his hands full with a lot of these team enemy drivers all around him, man. They threw everything but the kitchen sink at him there. In corner number 1 and 2, he was able to bounce his way back to the lead through 3 and 4. But man, they are right there on his side and back door here, looking to try to beat their way into that top spot here. Trying to show a little bit of muscle, but the 18 ride continuing to hold that top spot. He's going to have that fire position here, so he's going to be able to try to get a good jump here as the pace truck taking a hard right-hand turn, and we're going to go back to green flag racing here once again. 18 of Anders looking for a big run as here comes the slide job, maybe out of the 15. No, he doesn't pull it. He stays right there to the inside of the 18 ride. Anders way up on the high side looking for these big runs. 15 ride's going to slide back into position number 2. He's not going to work his way any farther forward as Nicholas Alley right there in second. Jax Young there in third, and we're going to see the caution flag coming back out. Caution flag coming back out here once again. Looks like Brett Carey and the 21 ride having some issues here again as Carey sends it into the corner. Oh, Vitale's going to go upside down. A good roll over there for the 21 ride. Luckily enough, lands back on all 4 tires as man, Brett Carey once again not having the night that he would want to have as more contact sends it into the corner here. Slides up a little bit too much into the front nose. 21 ride kind of straightens him out. Sends him up into that outside wall. Ton of heavy damage there for Carey. He's going to take that ride down pit side as well as we're going to have him stacked back up and ready to try it all over here again, man. I think this is the last thing that the 18 rider Josh Anders wants to see is another caution flag, as that's going to bring all these drivers right back to his rear bumper once again as he was trying to pull away from the rest of the field here. It's going to bring him right back there to his back bumper. All right, the pace truck making the hard right-hand turn. We're going to go back to green flag racing. Anders trying to hold on and get another big jump here. It's the 24 and the 15 ride right there behind him. Anders down through the middle here. Looks like he's going to get a good run, and he's going to lead him down the backstretch. See another car off the racetrack there, keeping his nose out there, though. No caution flag as of yet, as Anders is going to click another one off the board here. He's out in front. Ely right there in position number 2 as Jax Young trying to jump up and take that second spot away as Ely up and over the hill here. There goes Parsons upside down, and the caution flag is going to come back out. Some hard racing and some contact there between teammates. Jax Young gets up and into into Nicholas Ellie, and Ellie gonna go up almost over the berm there, just ever so slightly, keeping that car on the racetrack. Kind of comes back onto the track, but unfortunately flips the 55 right here. Parsons thought he was clear of it, and then that contact right there puts him upside down. Good damage there again on that 55 right, as he was almost clear of it. He was almost around it there. And just that little bit of contact into the left rear just sends him right over that berm. Right here. Boom. Just enough to level out that rear end, straighten the car out, and go straight over that outside wall there. Tough break there for the Longhorn number 55 machine. Tough break for Nicholas Ellie, as well as Ellie.
Let's go!
Sliding deep into this one. Looks like he's going to take that ride down pit side here. Going to get some work done to it after getting the EOL. Having to start here at the rear. Make sure that car is nice and fixed and ready to go back to battle. But going from second position back to 16th after some contact between him and his teammate of Jax Young, as Young got into the side of him down in corner number 2. Kind of washed him off the racetrack down the backstretch, got him into that position where he was trying to come back out onto the racetrack for the contact between him and Blake Parsons. Brought up that caution flag as we're going to have him stacked back up, and we're going to get ready to go back to green flag racing here. It's like one more lap of caution laps here as they're going to see the lights hopefully turn off that official iRacing pace truck this time by. Yo, Scotty! Scott Dobbs, my boy. Scott up in the house. What is good, Scott? What is good, my boy? Mr. Scott Dobbs coming in, showing the love, smashing that like on the stream. How you doing, my boy? How you doing, Scotty? How you doing tonight, my boy? Yo, Randall Dixon coming in with that like as well. Kyle Borgman coming in, smashing that like on the stream. But it's good, fellas, coming in, showing that love as well. As we're going to get ready to go back to green flag racing as the 18 ride out in front. 9 laps in here of 50, so we still got about 41 more laps left to go. Can Blake Parsons hold these guys off? Jax Young right there trying to get to his back bumper as Young trying to jump up and make a move here. He's going to go for the slide job down here in corner number 1 and 2. The crossover there out of Josh Anders, as Anders is going to stay in the top spot. He's going to run the middle there. Another big run, though, out of the 24 ride. He's not going to go for the slide job. He's going to stay right there in the tire tracks of the 18 as we're going to see the caution flag come back out. Caution flag coming back out here once again as, man, Josh Anders doing everything he can to keep these, keep that 24 ride at bay, man. He's had a lot of these drivers right there on his back bumper. As you see the 21 ride of Anthony Vitale Jr. already kind of going around here. You see a little bit of contact between him and the 518 of Joseph Grandy and Ryan Stillwell. Oh, Stillwell trying to avoid a little bit of an out of shape number 21 ride, misses his corner entry, goes over that banking, and the caution flag gonna come back out here. Seen that quite a few times here tonight, man, as these pro late models after the last update been a force to be reckoned with as he goes upside down at least one time there, hangs on to it after that. Hopefully not too much damage there for Stillwell as he's looking to try to have a good run as we're going to have him stacked back up. We're going to get ready to go back to green flag racing once again. Miss you doing my broadcast, bro. Oh, Scotty, I know, my boy. I miss seeing you guys in here all the time, homie. I miss seeing you guys out there on the racetrack, my boy. We'll have to set something up, man. We'll have to set something up as we are back to green flag racing, but we're right back to the caution flag. Caution flag coming right back out here. As quickly as we went back to green flag, we went right back to the caution flag here, as it looks like Joseph Grandy this time going around here in the 518 as he's got the 21 ride right underneath of him here. And Blake Parsons getting collected in that one. The 7 ride of Kiker getting collected there as well as Briggs gets collected. Yikes. I'm not sure. Oh, man. Oh, that's a heavy, heavy hit there for the 7 ride. Blake Parsons almost going upside down as well. Joseph Grandy getting ran right in the back end there by the 21 ride of Anthony Vitale Jr. Lifting those rear tires up, staying underneath of them there. Barely trying to hold on with those rear tires up in the air, and 518 ride going around and bringing out another caution flag as we'll get them stacked back up and we'll get ready to try to get back at it here once again. Josh Anders still out in front. Anders leading the way. Jax Young there in second. And we see Chris Cox up into position number 3. Here's Cox up into that 3rd spot in the 515. Nate Walker there in 4th with Michael Vitale there in position number 5. Then we see Ethan Johnson, Jesse Ingram, Eddie Neal, Nicholas Ellie working his way back up into the top 10 here. And Hunter Livesay up there in that 10th position. These drivers all stacked up and ready to go back to green flag racing as the lights are going to turn off the official iRacing pace truck and we're going to get ready to go back to green flag racing. That white knuckle number 18 ride. That Wolfspeed Media number 18 out in front here. Josh Anders trying to keep these guys at bay, trying to hold them off as we're going to get ready to go back to green flag racing. Single file restarts here are going to continue as the 18 ride's going to look for a big jump here, look for a big run, trying to get out in front here and pull away from that 24 ride. But Jax Young with a good restart there, sticking right there with him. He's going to look down low in corner number 1 and at corner number 2. A good run at a 2 there for the 18 ride. Jax is going to try to stay right up on that extreme high side here. He's not going to give up here, trying to get around that 18 ride of Josh Anders as Anders still trying to hold him off as up on the high side, down on the bottom side. Doesn't matter which line that 24 ride takes. It seems like he's got that car hooked up and ready to run here. As here goes the slide job out in front here. Goes the 24 ride. Side by side down the backstretch. Anders battling back down on the bottom side. He's going to slide back in front of him. He's going to keep the lead there for at least one more lap as the 24. Stick it down the bottom side there. He's not going to go for the big slider. But a good crossover nonetheless out of the 18 ride of Josh Anders as they're going to battle back to the start-finish line as we're going to get a new race leader. As Jax Young is going to jump up and take this lead away here with about 33 more laps left to go as Anders is going to slide back to second. Chris Cox right there in position number 3 as you see the 122 ride of Nate Walker working his way up into the picture here as he slides himself in front of the 515, trying to jump into position number 3 on the racetrack. Michael Vitale right there in that 5th position, ready to pounce if those two continue to battle side by side as Nate Walker finally makes the pass and takes that 3rd spot away. Anthony Garf, what is good? Anthony coming in, cheering on Josh. Brett Carey, Josh rolling. Josh is absolutely rolling. Brett, unfortunately, he's had some tough luck in this one as we're going to see that caution flag come back out here once again. So we'll take a look back and see what brings out the caution flag here again in this one as it looks like. Sure what happened here. Let me take a look back. Looks like Briggs Kiker and Eddie Neal coming together here. As Eddie Neal comes up the racetrack, the 7 ride already to his outside, and Briggs is going to go upside down and for a wild ride down there. Heavy, heavy damage, some heavy smoke rolling out of that 7 ride as he's going to try to take that thing right down pit side here. Some heavy, heavy damage. Yikes. Another tough lick there for that 7 ride. All right, as Briggs Kiker takes that ride down pit side to get some work done to it, we're going to see him roll back out onto the racetrack. We see the 11 ride jumping back out onto the track as well. A couple drivers jumping back out here, and into this one is Ethan Johnson. They're in position number 11 as he's going to send Eddie Neal in the 318 and Briggs Kiker there in that 14th position as they're going to slide back for being part of that caution flag, as we're going to go back to green flag racing. The green flag back out in the air here once again. Jax Young out in front. Josh Anders there in second now. It's another one of those team enemy rides up into position number 3 here. It's the 122 there in third of Nate Walker. Chris Cox in fourth. We see a great battle here brewing for position number 5 as here comes the 777 ride of Jesse Ingram and the 15 of Nicholas Alley. Is Alley trying to jump up there and take that 5th position away? Ryan Stillwell having a good rebound as well as the Animal Racing number 9 ride back up inside the top 10, trying to work his way into a top 5 situation. He's got Ethan Johnson and Hunter Limestay right there behind him as Johnson trying to work his way towards the front as well as Jax Young continues to lead. Now I don't know what just happened here as it looks like a couple of drivers having some issues. Josh Anders sliding back through the field now. Anders almost went over that banking, lost a lot of momentum, got passed by about 5 cars on the racetrack. He slid back now into position number 7. Nate Walker, Chris Cox, Jesse Ingram, Nicholas Alley were able to work their way around him. It's Nate Walker up into position number 2, but his teammate Jax Young out in front as Young leads the way. 122, his teammate right there behind him trying to reel him in. Chris Cox there in third with Nicholas Ely there in fourth as Chris Cox is the only driver in the way here from having a 1-2-3 finish for these team enemy racers as they're currently sitting first, second, fourth, and they're actually almost in that 5th spot as well as that 213 ride of Michael Vitale as part of that team trying to jump his way up inside the top 5 as Josh Anders works his way around the outside of that 213 ride. The caution flag is going to fly here once again. Looks like Blake Parsons in the 55 ride underneath the Kieran Roundtree here, kind of hits the grass, slides up the racetrack, goes over the nose there of the 2 ride. The 2 ride kind of gets into the back of him, helping him spin around, and fortunately a couple other drivers getting collected there as well. There goes Parsons, and then you saw, I think that was the 318 of Eddie Neal going for a bit of a spell there afterwards. Trying to avoid that wreck, goes to the outside. I don't know if he gets airborne or not, but he looked like he was getting airborne right there. Oh, that A&J Landscaping number 318 somehow keeping it on all 4 tires there. He almost went for a wild spill down over that banking once again as he's going to keep things rocking and rolling. He's going to get that car back out onto the racetrack, and we're going to try to get these drivers back, stacked back up, and ready to go back to green flag racing. Josh, be patient, buddy. Long race. Absolutely, man. It is a very, very long race out there, man. It is a very long race. We got them stacked back up. We're getting ready to set them back loose. So far, it's all team enemy up at the front here. Jax Young, Nate Walker, 1 and 2. Then we see Chris Cox there in third. Nicholas Ellie there in fourth. Michael Vitale up into position number 5 as it's a 1, 2, 4, and 5 situation here. That team enemy drivers as Chris Cox slammed right in the middle of those guys. Probably not in a fun position here as they're going to be all around him, surrounding that poor 515 ride. He's going to have his hands up on the wheel and ready to rock and roll here and be on his A game. Trying to finish this one out up there in that podium position. Lights are still on the official iRacing pace truck here. Looks like we are going to get the one to go hopefully this time by. We'll have to wait and see if those lights turn off. There they go. So we're going to get ready to go back to green flag racing here. Hopefully to finish this one off as these drivers, quite a few caution flags so far in this one. We're going to get ready to go back to green flag racing. Jax Young out in front. Nate Walker there in position number 2. It's the pace truck going to make that hard right-hand turn back down pit side there. As we're going to get ready to set them back loose. Jax Young with a good restart there. Spun the tires ever so slightly, but I think it kind of caught that 122 ride off guard just ever so slightly. He's still able to get a good-sized jump, continue to hold that lead. He's out in front, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to jump into a quick Peacemaker Gaming Crank It Up. So crank up that volume and cheer on your favorite driver. It's the caution flag coming back out here once again. Caution flag coming back out as we saw Josh Anders and Michael Vitale beating and banging there, going down the front straightaway. Guys were having at it, not laying off each other as it looks like Brakes Kaiser, unfortunately, gonna go around here again in that 7 ride. Send it into the corner and kind of follow the leader there, as we also saw the 11 ride of Ethan Johnson send it over right there in front of him. Johnson goes over the banking here as well. Great job keeping the damage to a minimum, but guys showing that this is very, very tough to keep these cars underneath of them, keep these cars on the racetrack. As we see quite a few drivers, unfortunately, have some misfortunes and go off that banking here all night long. They've been having some real tough issues with it, keeping these cars out there on the racetrack without, spinning out or going upside down. All right, as we're going to get ready to go back to green flag racing, we're going to continue on here with our Peacemaker Gaming. Crank it up, so crank up that volume and cheer these drivers on. right as that caution flag coming back out here once again. Caution flag coming out. We'll take a look back and see what happens. Bring out caution flag. I don't even know what we're on. Caution flag, something. It looks like Blake Parsons. With some more issues here in the 55 ride. That car pretty beat up here. Gonna blow it over the banking. Then unfortunately, it's stopped there on the racetrack, trying to rejoin the field here. Gets woed up on the track. The car still running right there behind him. Caution flag comes out. They're gonna stack them back up and get them ready to go back to green flag racing. Still out in front. Looks like we got a new race leader as the 122 ride of Nate Walker taking the lead away here. So Walker now out in front. Jax Young sliding back into position number 2. Nicholas Alley up into that 3rd spot. So it's a 1-2-3 here for Team Enemy. It's Chris Cox there in 4th. Josh Anders there in 5th. Michael Vitale there in position number 6 in the 213. The 9 rider Ryan Stillwell there in 7th. Ethan Johnson, Jesse Ingram, and Eddie Neal rounding out the top 10. We're going to have stacked back up. We're going to get ready to go back to green flag racing. Is the green flag going to come back out in the air here? The green flag back out in the air. 6 more laps left to go here. Jax Young up to the outside already, trying to find a way to get around that 122 ride as he's up to the outside. Side by side down the backstretch. Looks like Jax Young is going to get a good run there on the high side, and he's going to take that lead back away. So Nate Walker back to 2nd once again. Nicholas Ely right there, ready to pounce as that 15 ride trying to jump up and into position number 2. See Chris Cox right there in 4th, and Josh Anders right there in position number 5 as Jax Young continues to lead the way. Young out in front here. Down the backstretch into corner number 3 and out of corner number 4. We're going to see the 2 more laps left to go here. 2 more laps for that 24 ride of Jax Young to pick up the checkered flag. The 122 of Nate Walker right there in 2nd. Nicholas Healy, Chris Cox, Josh Anders rounding out our top 5 as we're going to see that white flag fly here. 1 more time around for Jax Young down through corner number 1 and out of corner number 2. He's going to lead him down the backstretch 1 more time down into corner number 3 and out of corner number 4. It's going to be Jax Young picking up the checkered flag here in the Outlaw Racing League presented by Gears Unlimited as the 24 ride picks up the checkered flag here at Lernerville Speedway. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the 24 as he's going to pull it up here into victory lane for the 2nd time this evening. 2nd race, that 24 ride is going to lead him up here and jump up on that victory lane as he is looking very, very good here tonight as it's a 1-2-3 finish here for Team Enemy as they pick up the top 3 positions. Josh Anders, actually looks like Anders came home in 3rd. I don't know why it's scoring that like that. It looks like Anders is going to jump up into 3rd here. I'm not sure what Healy's doing down there. Is take a look back and see what happens behind him here as the 515 goes for the sliding job, comes up the racetrack. Loses all that momentum as Anders gets into the back bumper of him, spins the 515 right around. That's what happens there. Let's play that back just a little bit here as the hole had a steam white flag lap. The 18 was not going to lift, gets into the back bumper there. Chris Cox spinning Cox around. A tough break there for himself, and we'll take a look and see what happens here to Nicholas Elias. He was there in position number 3. Oh, some contact right there. The 18 ride. Josh Anders gets into him. Spins him around. I'm not sure how they're going to score that one. He'll See the 11 ride of Ethan Johnson coming up with a solid top 5 run as well, coming home there in 5th. So I'm not sure how they're going to score that one, ladies and gentlemen. That one's going to be very interesting. Nick gets 3rd, DQ. Is that the official statement? Check the old Discord here. Let's go check the old Discord and make sure that see Jack's in there and Nate in there, but I don't see Ely up there. We'll have to wait and see that one, how that plays out and who joins the broadcast waiting room. But ladies and gentlemen, nonetheless, give it up there for that 24 ride of Jax Young as he picks up yet again another checkered flag, coming home in position number 1 here once again. David, if he gets DQ'd top 4 enemy, yeah, top 4 enemy? I think it's even more than that. If he gets DQ'd for that, I do believe that is top 5 for enemy, as Michael Vitale there in position number 6 would move up into 5th, as it'd be Jax Young, Nate Walker, Nicholas Ellie, Ethan Johnson, and Michael Vitale rounding out the top 5, and those are all those enemy racing rides. So that'd be pretty cool to see. That'd be pretty cool to see dominating the top 5 here in this one in a bit of a caution-filled mayhem and really crazy race here in this one, as I don't know how they're going to score that at the end there with Josh Anders getting into him or not. I don't know how they're going to call that one, but we'll have to wait and see. But ladies and gentlemen, we're going to pull in our race a winner, the 24 ride of Jax Young, up into the broadcast booth here. As Young picking up the checkered flag. Let's bring him up for his post-race interviews. Hey, Jax, it's Aaron up here in the Peacemaker broadcasting booth once again. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Jax, my boy, another great run, a good finish here. Earlier, it sounded like you weren't too sure if you were going to do well in these late models or not, but man, it didn't take long for you to figure them out and for the field to see that you were going to be a threat in this one, as that 24 ride was absolutely hooked up once again and running very, very good out there on the racetrack.
Oh my God, to be honest with you, I'm shocked right now. I'm shocked. I could not do it without Nick. Nick was changing everything that fit my driving style, and yeah.
Well, somehow or another, he made it so that it would work, man. And all you guys in those enemy racing rides were all super, super fast out there, man. We saw all of these up at the front of the field battling hard amongst each other and amongst a few other drivers there. We saw some contact late in the race there between, you know, the 15 ride and the 18. That was behind you, though, so you didn't really have to worry too much about that one, as he kept a lot of these drivers at bay throughout the evening, as once you got out in front again, you really didn't look back too much. We saw that 122 ride a couple times taking a peek underneath of you here and there. He was able to get out in front of you for a little bit, but man, once he got back out into that lead, running that high lane where no one else can really run it there, when it got this slick, you're able to just work your way back to the front and around everybody and continue to pull away more and more.
Yeah, this is what happens when you put all the work in during the week, and all the work we do, it shows when we go in big races like this. Yeah, we were on rails. I'm surprised we had to wheel that car. I was on the wheel. If you would use the brake at all, you would be pushing up to the top, and like I got lucky there that yellow came out, because I actually went off, and yeah, I got my spot back. So yeah.
A little bit of good break there and a little bit of good fortune there for yourself in the second race of the night, as you're able to work your way into victory lane here for the second time tonight. We got one more race, but man, take us back through this one and how different these pro late models are to drive since that update. As this update seems to really been bugging with these pro late models, and we saw a lot of drivers here have their handfuls throughout the night, a lot of slipping and sliding, a lot of going over the end banking here. It seemed like it was really hard to keep all 4 tires locked onto the racetrack and keep these cars really underneath of these drivers here tonight.
Yeah, especially in practice. I went out there and I in qualifying, I qualified last, and because I could not get a lap without going over the edge because I had no clue what I was doing. This is like my 5th time in a late model, and it just took. It was all mental too. Like, it's mostly mental. You had to have a good setup on your side. I had that, so it was all my job to drive, and we got her done.
Absolutely, man. He definitely got her done once again here in this one. Jax, who do you got to thank here once again tonight for another solid run here as you pick up the second checkered flag here of the evening, coming home in the top spot here once again?
Yeah, man, I can't thank Nick enough. I'm still sorry about when we got together on the backstretch early in the beginning of the race. I'm glad to see him come up too. Him over enemy setups, all my teammates over there. You for broadcasting, Outlaw for putting up this great league. HY Pressure Wash and Painting Gears Unlimited. All my fans and sponsors in real life, for coming on board, and you for broadcasting. It's been great.
Absolutely, my boy. Well, congrats on picking up the checkered flag here. We're going to have one more shot at picking up another one, trying to make it a three-peat here tonight for yourself. Hopefully, we'll see you back up here in the broadcast booth by the end of the night. If not, Jax, congratulations on 2 checkered flags and a hell of a run so far this evening.
Yeah, thank you.
Absolutely. Have yourself a wonderful rest of your night, my boy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you heard there from our race winner, the 24 ride of Jax Young, as we're going to pull in our second place finisher now, the 122 machine of Nate Walker, as Walker coming home there in position number 2 in the 122 ride, having himself a great run as well, as he's coming home here in position number 2. We're going to pull him up here into the Peacemaker broadcasting booth. Hey, Nate, it's Aaron up here in the Peacemaker broadcasting booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Nate, my boy, a great run and a great drive, man. We saw you have to pass quite a few cars here and really have to, keep a handle on these things, as these things seem like they were quite a bit of a handful out there, slipping and sliding around the racetrack. You're able to work yourself up into position number 2. You're battling there with your teammate for the lead. You're able to snag it away from him a little bit there, but there at the end, that 24 ride just hooked up on that high side, really just putting it right up on the edge of existence there and being able to work his way back around you and take this win away.
Yeah, Jax was on dig. Like he said, these cars, once you get in the corner, you can't get on the brake at all. It wants to bottom the right front out. It's he went off there, and it was unfortunate for him. But once he got back on, he was on the top, and I couldn't bring myself to go up there after what happened in the last one.
Absolutely, man, as this high side is so dangerous, and as you said, you did that earlier on the final lap. You blew it off the banking and ended a good solid top 5 run. You didn't want to do it here tonight in the second race, so there you are in a solid points run, a solid points evening, and a good 1-2-3 finish, I do believe, for your teammates, and solid run. As I'm not sure what the verdict is there on the contact that happened right behind you there in 3 and 4.
Yeah, they apparently they've awarded Josh with 3rd place points. I mean, that really sucks. Nick got sent to the rear and he drove his way back up and then kind of got cleaned out coming to the checkered. But we'll hit it hard this week, and we'll be back next week, and hopefully we can have the same or a better outcome.
Absolutely, Nate. Well, congrats on a 2nd place run. A great drive here in that 121 machine. Who would you like to thank here for such a solid performance here tonight in this one?
Man, like Jack said, I can't give enough to Nick. Man, he does a lot for us. He hits these setups hard every week, and they're always on point and consistent. It's nice to be on the team, but I also want to thank Billy Roberts over at Gears Unlimited, Cameron Cormier at 42 Graphics, and all the family back home watching.
Absolutely, my boy. Well, congrats on the 2nd place run. Hopefully we'll see you back up here in the broadcast booth next week, or I'm not sure if you're going to run the big block race after this one, as and that was a solid run there for your whole team. And I don't know if you're going to want to keep that momentum going throughout the night and try your luck at the next race with the big blocks.
Oh, yeah, I'll be there. I'll see if I can't back it off a 1 and 2 this time.
Beauty. All right, Nate. Well, congrats on the 2nd place run, and hopefully we'll talk to you back up here in the broadcast booth before the end of the evening.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you for everything you do.
Absolutely. All right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up there for Nate Walker as Nate coming home there in position number 2. A solid run and a solid drive there out of that 122 machine. Having himself a heck of a run and a heck of a drive coming home. Just one spot short of the checkered flag as we're going to get ready here for our third race of the night. Nick got third. Is that what they're calling it? Nick got third, Ethan? I'm not sure. I need one of the admins or someone to jump up and let us know how they ended up calling that contact there late in this one. Yo, Chris Peters, my boy Chris, coming in, smashing that like on the stream. What is good, Chris? What is good, my boy, coming in, showing that love. What is good, homie, as we're going to jump into the third race of the night here. Be loading back into Lernerville Speedway as we're going to get this one saved up. We're going to make sure that we'll get some good photos of that one, man. We had a beautiful little sunset there. I don't like how they do that with the new thing, but okay, that's interesting. Interesting. All right, as we're going to get ready to load in here for our final session, our final race of the evening, the big block modifieds getting ready to rock and roll here once again from Lernerville Speedway. We've seen the 358s. We've seen those pro late models. We've seen some great racing action, a lot of back and forth, beating and banging and battling. And it's going to come down to this, the final race of the night, the final points tonight here of the evening. So we'll have to wait and see how these guys can handle it and how these guys can handle this new update and how these drivers can tackle this racetrack. So far tonight, it's proved that it's been fairly difficult. It's been kind of tough out there for all these guys to, navigate and everything else and try to keep up with what they need to change for their setups throughout, this update. This update has really thrown a wrench into things here for some of these drivers and really made it tough. They're going to have to go through all their setups and make sure that they have these cars hooked up and ready to go here before the drop of the green flag in heat race number 1 once again. They're all going to load into the sim here. You see the 318 already out onto the racetrack. The Gears Unlimited Outlaw Racing League. Number 318 is going to roll it nice and easy down the back stretch there. Over the hill is nice. You see that Vitel Motorsports. A&J Landscaping. Number 171 ride out there on the racetrack as well. That's Jake Henry. We see Chris Cox in the 515 out there on the track. Briggs Kiker out there as well. Michael Vitel. That Vitel Motorsports 213 out there. Everyone getting loaded into the sim and ready to rock and roll here for our third race of the evening.
Been at it already, had my tarot read. Things are looking up for me, that's what my tarot said. Been pumping out pheromones and wearing red. Young Jerry Lolliver king, but they're not aware of it. $40 is show money, that's what they stole from me. Blow it all bowling, guess I roll funny. Go find me a snow bunny, ask if this cold world's making her nose runny. She melted, I wear a cape that is velvet. Couldn't see it, she felt it. See it all like I'm Elvis, move my hips like I'm Elvis. I don't pitch it, I sell it. Couldn't picture me jealous, turning fans into zealots. Tuning in when I tell it. There were 15 people at the gig, saying, oh my God, what fun this is. Did it all, did it right, did it big. Yeah, buddy, we were loving it. New cards, new deck, new life. King of Cups, he comes up right. Always, all days, all nights. See, do I. New cards, new deck, King of Cups, he comes up right. Always, all days, all nights, sing do-wah, do-wah, do-wah. Highly gifted, my jacket's thrifted. Watch me get a pattern shifted, just acting different. Living in my minutes, I'm catalytic. That's why they love to jack the style like it's on a Civic. I will never pull the strings like an oligarch. I do my dance at the club with the lonely hearts, watching all these little men try and be Bonapartes and make the rest of us deal with their broken parts. Despite evil, I like people. Put your hands in the air if you're bipedal. Yeah, if life is a film, give me 5 sequels. Trying to pull my thread through the plot like a fine needle. All of these lines equal proof that I live alone. Got the benefit of time to deliver flows. Eating creamy peanut butter, buddy, I lick the bowl. Brings my soul body into the physical. New cards, new deck, new life. King of Clubs, he comes up right. Always, all days, all nights. See, do-wah, do-wah, do-wah. New cards, new deck, new life. King of Clubs, he comes up right. Always, all days, all nights. Sing do-wah, do-wah, do-wah.
All right, as this practice session coming to a close here, we're going to get ready for a little bit of qualifying. These drivers going to jump out onto the racetrack. They're going to get ready for their final qualifying session of the evening. They jump out here onto the racetrack. We're going to get ready to rock and roll here. The final race of the night. The big block modifieds live from Lernerville Speedway. Getting ready to rock and roll here as they jump out onto the racetrack for their qualifying efforts. In the 7 ride out there. Anthony Vitale Jr. in the 21 ride. Looking good out there on the track here in Roundtree in the 2 machine. Nate Walker, the 122 as it looks like right now. It is Chris Cox with the quickest lap time. Cox at the top spot here. Breaks Steiger there in second as now Joseph Brandy is going to jump up into that top spot as Brandy out in front now with the quickest lap time, but we got a lot of fast cars still out there looking to put down even quicker lap times. Right on board here with the 15 ride. Nicholas Ellie trying to work his way into that pole position here once again tonight. Josh Anders out there as well. So it looks like Ethan Johnson in the 11 ride going to jump up there with the quick time here in the big block modifieds. A 15:32, the quickest lap time out there by about 100th of a second over Joseph Grandy, as that 11 ride so far very, very quick out there. You park down there pit side, getting ready to roll back out onto the racetrack. You see the 97 ride, Punter Livesey going upside down. We see Jax Young out there in the 24 machine looking for a good run here. Looking to try to make it 3 for 3 here tonight. Looking to make it 3 wins here on the evening. 24 ride gonna pick up the quick time here in this one. Jax Young out in front here now as that 24 machine picks up the quickest qualifying out there on the racetrack. I do believe that is going to bring a close here to our qualifying session. The 24 ride with the quick time. Ethan Johnson and Joseph Grandy coming home in that second and third spot as we're going to get these drivers out onto the racetrack. We're going to get ready to rock and roll here. The first heat race of the Big Block Modified Series. Enemy is on dig. Yes, it is here tonight. It is most certainly on dig out there in this one. All right, ladies and gentlemen, qualifying session coming to a close here. We're going to get ready for heat race number 1. Heat race number 1 about to get underway. Jax Young with the quickest lap time here in qualifying. Ethan Johnson, Joseph Grandy, Michael Vitale, and Nate Walker rounding out the top 5. As we're going to get ready to stack them up in back to green flag racing. If you guys are just tuning in, make sure you'll hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that follow button. Or if you're watching over on YouTube, make sure you hit that like and that subscribe button. So we continue to grow more and more and more. And we're only a couple subscribers away from hitting that 200 subscriber marker. So make sure you hit that sub button if you haven't already, as we're going to get ready to rock and roll as the checkered flag is out on qualifying. And we're going to see these drivers line up and get ready to rock and roll here. With our first heat race of the Big Block Modified Series. These drivers start to load into the sim here, down behind our official iracing pace truck, down pit side. We're going to get ready here for the starting lineup in heat race number 1. Starting on the pole in the 24 machine in that enemy number 24 machine, that is Jax Young. Into his outside in the 213, that is Michael Vitale. Starting inside a row number 2 in the 318, that is Eddie Neal. Into his outside in the 7 ride, that is Briggs Kiker. Starting in position number 5 in the 21 ride, that is Anthony Vitale Jr. Into his outside in the 55, that is Blake Parsons. 6 drivers getting ready to go to battle here for heat race number 1 as the green flag out in the air here for our final series of the evening. Jax Young out in front trying to pull away here as Michael Vitale trying to reel him in down on the bottom side of the racetrack. Vitale down through the middle, but that 24 Ryan quickly up to the high side once again trying to pull away here. Trying to keep that number 24 Ryan out in front and trying to keep the rest of these drivers at bay. Michael Vitale there in second. Eddie Neal up into third position on the racetrack. Blake Parsons there in fourth as he's got Anthony Vitale Jr. right there behind him as Briggs Kiker. Fortunately, Briggs a little bit off the pace here deep in this one. Not too sure what happened to the 7 ride, but he's quite a ways back there. Jax Young continues to lead the way, continues to open up his lead as we see one driver almost going off the edge there. That was the 318 ride of Eddie Neal, almost blowing it off the banking up on the high side. Parsons right there on the back bumper here trying to close in on that 318 ride. Parsons is going to blow it over the banking. He's going to try to keep it together. The car almost going around. The caution flag is going to fly. Blake Parsons blows it over the banking there in corner number 3 and 4. The caution flag is going to fly here in this one. Jim just barely gets in a little bit too deep. Those tires wash up the racetrack. As soon as that right rear goes over the banking, you're just holding on and praying for the best there. And fortunate break there for the 55 ride. He's going to go around. The caution flag is going to come out, and we're going to stack all these drivers back up. Yo, Lydia Roach, Doug Dobbs, Lydia coming in, smashing that like on the stream, showing the love. What is good, Lydia coming in, smashing that like. Hopefully you're having yourself a wonderful evening as we're going to get ready. Set these drivers back up and getting ready to go back to green flag racing. The lights are off. That official iRacing pace truck here as the team enemy 4-2 graphics. Gears Unlimited number 24 ride out in front. He's got that Vitale Motorsports 213, the A&J Landscaping ride right there behind him. It's a couple of those Gears Unlimited rides right there trying to catch up to his back bumper as we are back to green flag racing. The green flag back out in the air here once again. 24 ride out in front. Michael Vitale right there in position number 2 with Eddie Neal and Anthony Vitale Jr. there in 4th. Briggs Kiker there in 5th as we're going to see the white flag fly. So one more time around here for Jax Young as Young trying to pick up the checkered flag here and yet again another race here tonight. Down through corner number 3 and out of corner number 4. Young is going to pick up heat race win number 1 here with the big block modifieds. Vitale, Neal Vitale Jr., Parsons, and Kiker are going to round out heat race number 1. Jax Young in that 24 ride has been a man on a mission all night long. That car has been unbeatable here tonight. Jax looking very, very good in these big block modifieds, ready to rock and roll and go to battle here once again for another A main checkered flag, trying to make it 3 races here in a row tonight. We'll have to wait and see how he can get it done, and if he can get it done here once again. We're going to get these drivers stacked back up. We're going to get ready to go back to green flag racing, starting on the pole in this one. In the 122 machine, that is Nate Walker. To his outside in the 11, that is Ethan Johnson. Starting inside of row number 2 in the 9 ride, that is Ryan Stillwell. And to his outside in the 777 machine, that is Jesse Ingram. Starting in position number 5 in the 18, that is Josh Anders. And to his outside in the 97, that is Hunter Livesay. The pace truck, I do believe, going to make the hard right-hand turn, and we're going to set these drivers loose as we're going to go back to green flag racing. Heat race number 2 underway. Heat race number 2 underway here as, man, oh man, oh man, that 11 ride was absolutely shot out of a cannon here. He's absolutely gone as that Number 11 with a good jump. Jesse Ingram now up in the second as Nate Walker is going to slide back into position number 3 here. So Walker sliding back ever so slightly. Back into that 3rd position. Ryan Stillwell there in 4th. Josh Anders there in 5th with Hunter Livesay rounding out the field there in position number 6. Ethan Johnson having a great run here early on in heat race number 2, showing the way out already to about a 2nd lead over Jesse Ingram. It's Ingram there in 2nd. At 122 ride of Nate Walker continuing to slide back ever so slightly here. Starting to lose ground on that number 777 ride as Ryan Stillwell tracking him and trying to pull up to his back bumper as Stillwell trying to jump up into position number 3. Ethan Johnson continues to lead the way here. Johnson out in front, continuing to show these drivers how to get it done. Out to about a 1.5 lead now over Jesse Ingram. Nate Walker, Ryan Stillwell. We see Josh Anders there in the 18 ride and Hunter Livesay there in position number 6. These drivers all doing a great job as we're going to see that white flag fly. And one more time here down the backstretch for the 11 rider, Ethan Johnson. Johnson up on the high side through corner number 3 and out of corner number 4. He's going to pick up heat race win number 2, and he's going to launch it down into the corner number 1 wall there. Ingram, Walker, Stillwell, Anders rounding out the rest of the field there as we're going to get ready here for heat race number 3 on the evening. We're actually going to have to quickly reset the overlay here. We're going to have to do it the old-fashioned way. Oh, nope.
Let's go!
Hard refresh there on the overlay chat. Hard refresh. Boom. All right, we're going to get ready here for heat race number 3 as they start to roll out onto the racetrack here. There we go, Chad. There we go. We got that overlay working now. It's starting on the pole in this one. In the 5:15, that is Chris Cox to his outside. It's the 15 ride of Nicholas Ely. We see Jake Henry and Kieran Roundtree there in 3rd and 4th as we're going to go green flag racing here for heat race number 3. It looks like Joseph Grandy not jumping out onto the racetrack here for this heat race. So the 5:18 ride not out onto the racetrack. Chris Cox trying to jump up and take this lead away from that 15 ride of Nicholas Ely as Ely out in front here. Just barely over that 5:15 as they're almost side by side still down the backstretch where the 5:15 ride is right there within striking distance. One slip up, one mistake. That 5:15 ride is going to be there to pounce. Jake Henry up into 3rd there as Henry trying to stick right there with those two. Trying to reel them in ever so slightly there. And that A&J Landscaping, Vitell Motorsports, Gears Unlimited number 171 ride up into position number 3. But we're going to see the caution flag come out here. Only 4 cars out there. And we're going to see the caution flag here for the 2 ride of Kieran Roundtree as Kieran descended over the banking there a little bit down the backstretch, and then that car just goes straight down into the wall. He takes it straight down pit side. Unfortunately, that car getting stopped on the racetrack. The caution flag is going to fly here. So we're going to stack back up, and we're going to get ready to go back to green flag racing. Yeah, Jax, you've been absolutely on a mission here tonight, my boy. You've been on a mission. Billy, I won for you. Oh, my gosh, you're giving that heat race win there to Billy. I could see it. Yo, Billy Roberts, my boy Billy coming in, smashing that like on the stream. Justin Ward coming in, smacking that like as well. Let's get it, ladies and gentlemen. See a little 3-car shootout here. The end of heat race number 3. I don't know. Do we see this 15 ride of Nicholas Ellie pick up the checkered flag, or do we see someone like in that 515 ride jump up there? Chris Cox has looked very good, stuck right there with them. We are back to green flag racing here, halfway in and halfway to go in heat race number 3. Here comes Chris Cox. Cox down on the bottom side here, looking for a big run. Down into the corner number 3 and out of corner number 4. 15 ride of Ely's going to get a great launch there. That high side momentum paying off as he's able to keep that 515 ride at bay as he was right down to his inside. Ely and Cox still side by side there once again as that 515 ride trying to stick right there with them. Follows them through, up through the high to middle side there in 1 and 2, and then gets these big runs down the backstretch. Drives it way down low, tries to slide up towards the rear bumper of this 15 machine. We're going to see that white flag fly one more time around here. The 515 looking for a run down on the bottom side. He's right there on the back bumper. He's going to go down low again. Looking for a move here. Not trying to make the contact with the high side. Is going to pay off for the 15 ride as Nicholas Ely picks up heat race win number 3. These drivers come to a close here at end of the night for all of our heat race action. That means we're going to get ready here for a quick warm-up session. Then we're going to jump right into our A-Main feature event. Yo, Jacob, what is good, my boy? Jacob coming in with that thumbs up over there on YouTube, coming in showing that love as well. Let's get it, baby. Let's get it, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! Man, some wicked racing action all night long. These guys have been putting on an absolute treat here for all of us. We still got some more racing action to go here before we call it a evening. We're going to quickly change just a couple quick things here. There we go. Just trying to make the graphics a little bit better as we're going to see these drivers jump out onto the racetrack now. For a quick little warm-up session, they're going to work on their rides, make sure they got the right setups in. And we're going to get ready to go green flag racing right after this warm-up session. So ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere as we're going to get ready to rock and roll and set these drivers loose for the final feature event of the evening. right, ladies and gentlemen. Practice session has come to a close. That means we're going to get ready to go. These drivers start to load into the sim here for the final race of the evening. They're going to load in here down pit side as we get ready to rock and roll. They're going to start rolling out onto the racetrack, starting on the pole in this one. In that 213 machine, that is Michael Vitale. To his outside, in the 15 ride, that is Nicholas Ely. Starting in position number 3 in the 11 ride, that is Ethan Johnson. Into his outside in the 24 ride, that is Jax Young. Starting inside a row at number 3 in the 777 ride, that is Jesse Ingram. To his outside in the 515, that is Mr. Chris Cox. Starting in position number 9 in the 318 is Eddie Neal. Then we see Anthony Vitale Jr., Nate Walker, Jake Henry, Kieran Roundtree, Ryan Stillwell, Josh Anders, Blake Parsons, Briggs Kiger, and Hunter Livesay rounding out the field here. 16 drivers getting ready to go to battle here at Lernerville Speedway. The final race of the evening for the Outlaw Racing League, presented by Gears Unlimited, as we're going to end all the anticipation with our feature presentation as we are green flag racing here with the big block modifieds. Quickly, the 213 rider Michael Vitale out in front. He's going to lead him down the backstretch down into corner number 3. At corner number 4, he's going to lead lap number 1. We see one driver almost going over the banking back here. Gonna lose a lot of ground. I do believe it is that 21 ride, and upside down goes Anthony Vitale Jr. Anthony Vitale Jr. going upside down. A crazy wreck down here at a corner number 4. He just sends it in up on the outside. Maybe a little bit of contact with the 318, but doesn't look like it. Just slides up out of the groove and then just can't hang on to that car. Him and Hunter Livesay make a little bit of contact, and upside down goes that 21 ride. A little bit of a barrel roll there as well for him down the front stretch. All right, as that one's going to come to an end there for that 21 ride. You can see that rear end busted, that car trying to roll over while he's just trying to go straight here. A tough break there for Anthony Vitale. Had a bit of a rough night here all night long, but out in front, it's Michael Vitale continuing to lead the way. Nicholas Ellie, Jax Young right there in second and third. Ethan Johnson and Chris Cox rounding out the top 5 here as the lights are off that official iRacing pace truck, and we're going to get ready to set these drivers back loose. Vitale, the driver out in front here, gets to lead him down to the start-finish line all by himself. So Delaware restart. He's out on that front row all by his lonesome. We're going to see that green flag come back out in the air, and a great restart there for that 213 ride. A great restart. He's out in front, but Jax Young with a good start. Now down to the bottom side here, looking underneath that 213 ride. They battle at the front of the field. You can see him 2-3 wide back throughout the rest of it here. Jesse Ingram trying to work his way up into the top 5. It's the 777 ride, now up into 6. A little bit of contact. Eddie Neal almost going around there. Hangs onto it as Kieran Roundtree right there behind him. Blake Parsons, the 55, trying to work his way through the field as they're almost 3 wide right there behind him. But we're going to see the caution flag fly here. Not sure what the caution flag coming out for this time, as it looks like Ethan Johnson, who's having a great run up inside the top 5. He's going over the backstretch here. Corner number 3, there he goes, and there he goes upside down and into that outside fence. An unfortunate break there for the 11 ride, as that's going to bring the caution flag back out. So we're going to have stacked back up, and we're going to get ready to go back to green flag racing here for another car going upside down. Some more carnage, some more damage out there on the racetrack. These drivers so far tonight have been a little bit of a sucker for pain out there. They've beaten and banged and battled all around the racetrack, and these guys continue to duke it out and never give an inch and continue to battle in this racetrack, continuing to prove it is one of the toughest here on the sim, man. You miss that corner by just an inch, and you can end your night in a quick hurry. You can go for a wild ride. We've seen it a few handfuls here tonight, man. Those drivers just barely losing that right rear tire over that outside berm, and you just go for a wild ride down that big banking in the corners or down the backstretch, and it's hard to recuperate after that one. All right, as the lights are turned off, that official iRacing pace truck, that means we're going to get ready to go back to green flag racing. Michael Vitale out in front, looking for another perfect restart, looking for a big jump here over the rest of the field to keep these drivers at bay. We're going to head down into corner number 3. That pace truck going to make the hard right-hand turn back down pit side, and we're going to go back to green flag racing here with the Outlaw Racing League. Man, these guys have been putting on a heck of a show, presented by Gears Unlimited and all of our other great sponsors. As the caution flag going to come right back out here. See a few drivers parked down there in corner number 1. Caution flag coming out just as quick as that green flag did. Looks like Ryan Stillwell getting collected in this one. Stillwell down on the bottom side. Oh, the 171 ride. Cutting down the racetrack there. Looks like he was getting ran into the back bumper there. That was Jake Henry. It's Henry. Let me take a look here from the gearbox. Who's that behind him? Looks like Anders right there behind him. Kind of gets into his rear bumper and kind of just lifts those rear tires up and kind of spins them around there. Take a look from here. You look to the right hand side there. There's the 18, just kind of gets into that left rear quarter panel. The 171 ride spins him down the racetrack into the 9 ride of Ryan Stillwell. And that brings out the caution flag once again, but the lights are back off that official racing iRacing base truck. We're going to go back to green flag racing this time. 213 trying to play a little bit of cat and mouse there on the restart. Trying to get these guys to brake check each other. Playing a little bit of mind game, trying to keep those drivers at bay as Michael Vitale leads the way here. Nicholas Alley there in second. Jax Young up into position number 3. See Jesse Ingram there in 7th. Chris Cox there in 5th. Eddie Neal there in 6th, Nate Walker in 7th, Kieran Roundtree, Blake Parsons, and Briggs Kiker rounding out our top 10. Out in front, Michael Vitale continuing to lead the way here in that 213 ride. He keeps showing these drivers how to get it done in this one as we're going to jump into a Peacemaker Gaming. Crank it up, so crank up that volume and cheer on your favorite drivers as we're going to crank it up. flag coming back out here. We'll take a look back and see what happens. Looks like the 18 of Anders may have gotten into, I'm not even sure who that was. Let me double check here. Hunter Live, say? Might have been Hunter here. Yeah, the 97 ride looks like he's going to come off the racetrack. The 18 ride there to the outside. Make some contact there with him, and that 97 is going to go for a wild ride upside down into that corner wall catch fence. Corner one is in place here tonight, man. These corners have been very, very difficult for a lot of these drivers, as he's going to go for a big spill here, a big ride in that 97 machine. All right, it's the caution flag coming back out here. That means we're going to have to stack them back up. We're going to have to re-rack them, and we're going to get ready to go back to green flag racing. Is the green flag going to come back out here? As Michael Vitale continues to lead the way, that 213 ride out in front. Jax Young continues to hold on to position number 2. Nicholas Ellie there in third. Jesse Ingram in fourth, and Chris Cox rounding out our top 5. Pace truck makes the hard left-hand turn. We're going to get ready to go back to green flag racing. It's the green flag back out in the air here once again for Michael Vitale. Vitale looking for a big run here, a big drive off corner number 2, trying to pull that A&J Landscaping number 213 ride out in front here. There's a lot of Gears Unlimited rides there at the front of the field. All these drivers having a good run, a great drive here. That Tight Lines Apparel number 213 ride continues to try to pull away. A couple of those other drivers right there with Team Enemy cars right there behind them, but then behind them, a couple of Michael's own teammates, the Gears Unlimited rides of the 77 and the 515 right there behind them. Jesse Ingram with a great run here. It's the 777 ride. Sliding up into position number 3 there for a moment. The 15 ride of Healy is going to drive back around him for that third position, as we're starting to get a little bit of a battle out in the front of the field here now as well. Jax Young all over the back bumper here of Michael Vitale, trying to find a way to get around this 213 machine. Vitale just staying that ride right out in front, nice and easy, nice and smooth, making that car work very nice, as we're going to see another caution flag. This time looks like Blake Parsons in the 55 ride. He's just going to miss the corner here, maybe. Yeah, right there, right through the middle of the corner. A little bit too much gas, gets up out of the groove, over the banking there. Gonna get up into that outside wall, then unfortunately go upside down. A tough break there for the 55 ride. Good run here once again for Jax Young, looking to try to make it 3 for 3 here tonight, trying to pick up all 3 checkered flags here for that 24 ride. He's currently right there in position number 2. He's in good position to take this lead away. He's needing to look for that big run or that mistake out of the 213 ride. Not sure if it's going to come or not. Vitale is very, very good at keeping these drivers at bay, so he's going to have his work cut out for him. Trying to get around that 213 machine.
Let's go!
Yo, Scotty, Mr. Spees coming in, showing that love. What is good, Scott? Scott coming in, smashing that like on the stream. What is good, homie? How you doing tonight, my boy? How you doing tonight, homie? All right, as we're going to get ready to go back to green flag racing. The lights are turned off. That official iRacing pace truck. He's going to make the hard right-hand turn back down pit side. And we're going to get ready to set these drivers back loose. Michael Vitale out in front here, getting the green flag once again. Dax Young right there in second. Here comes the 777 ride of Jesse Ingram. Is Ingram right there in position number 3. Nicholas Ely back into fourth there with the 515 of Chris Cox there behind him. It's all yellow, or those white, black, and orange Gears Unlimited rides in those gray, blue, and a little bit of orange enemy racing team rides throughout this one. Kind of crisscross here. Vitale Motorsports, and then Team Enemy, then Vitale, Enemy, Vitale, Enemy. I don't know what Kieran Roundtree is. He's Enemy. There we go. Well, that's going to break up the streak there. We see Briggs Kiker there in 8th. Josh Anders up in the 9th there in that white knuckle 18 machine. Eddie Neal there in 10th. Ryan Stillwell in 11th. Anthony Vitale still out onto the racetrack as well in the 21 ride. He's, I do believe, a lap down here for the 21 machine. See another driver slow up there on the racetrack. I do believe that is the 122 ride of Nate Walker. Something wrong here with that 122 ride as Walker slow down the front straightaway there. He's got her back under power now, but very cautious up there trying to run that high side. Michael Vitale continues to lead the way here. The laps continue to click off. The 24 ride of Jax Young trying to jump up there and make the pass for the lead here. Trying to win 3 feature events here tonight himself. He's already won the 358 Modified Series. He won the Pro Late Model Series. And here he is looking to try to pick up the checkered flag in these big block modifieds. Trying to have himself a picture perfect night here. Right there on the outside of that 213, gonna drive it down to the bottom, go for the big slide job here in corner number 3 and 4. A big slider there out of the 24 ride as here comes one from the 213. Jackson's gonna cross him back over down into corner number 3 and 4. That 24 ride trying to stay out in front here, trying to take that lead away as he's going to get that lead. And we got a new race leader as Jax Young takes the lead away from Michael Vitale. But Vitale is not going to go down without a fight. He's going to try to stick right there with him. Going to try to stay right with him here so he can have his opportunity to try to get back around that 24 ride. We head down the backstretch here into corner number 3. These guys all put on a great show in the front of the field. See Jesse Ingram slowly but surely trying to track these two in. It's Chris there in position number 3. Nicholas Ellie there in 4th, and Chris Cox rounding out the top 5 here in Roundtree. Eddie Neal, Ryan Stillwell, Briggs Kiker, and Josh Anders rounding out the top 10 here in this one. Dax Young continues to lead the way, about a car length or 2 between himself and that 213 ride. We're going to get 9 more laps left to go. Jax still out in front. Michael Vitale trying to continue to track him back in here. Fortunately, it looks like he's starting to lose a little bit of ground here, slowly but surely, sliding back to about half a second behind this 24 machine. Jesse Ingram right there in 3rd. Nicholas Ely there in 4th. Chris Cox rounding out the top 5. Good green flag run here. These drivers doing a great job letting these drivers settle it themselves without the caution flag. Young trying to continue to pull away, but man, oh man, oh man. Michael Vitale doing a great job sticking right there with him, continuing to not let him pull away too far here. That 213 machine trying to get back towards the front of the field. One simple mistake, one slip up here in the final 5 laps of this one could bring anyone's night to a close. Want to keep that car clean and green here. Making sure that you don't get over that banking, making sure you don't end up off the racetrack or collected in somebody else's wreck, as this late in the race is going to be hard to even pass 10, 11, 12 drivers still out there on the racetrack. Jax Young's going to see 3 more laps left to go. Michael Vitale right there in second. Jesse Ingram there in third, as he's got Nicholas Ely right there behind him. And then we see Chris Cox right there in that 5th position, as Jax is going to see 2 more laps left to go here. So 2 more circuits for that 24 ride, as he's trying to make it 3 for 3 here, trying to make it 3 wins on the evening. Stretching his lead out now to about 0.8 of a second. He's going to head down at a corner number 4, and he's going to see that white flag fly here. So one more time around for the 24 ride of Jax Young, as Young trying to pick up the checkered flag once again down the backstretch into corner number 3 and out of corner number 4 one more time, and it's the 24 ride of Jax Young picking up the checkered flag here for the 3rd time tonight. A picture perfect evening, picking up the checkered flag once again, getting a little love tap there from his teammate. As man, oh man, oh man, what a run and what a race here all night long. These guys put on a heck of a show. You see Jax is pretty excited about this one, still partying down there, spinning the tires, sliding down the hill, doing some donuts, tearing up the grass here. He picks up the checkered flag, and then we see Michael Vitale coming home in position number 2 on the evening there in that 2:13 ride with a great finish and a great run. And then Jesse Ingram in the 7:77 ride coming home in position number 3 on the evening. Chris Cox, who's also down there, the teammate there of the 2nd and 3rd place finishers, coming home there to round out the top 5. So a good run there by Chris Cox, and Nicholas Ely coming home there in 4th with a good run as well. But no one better tonight than Jax Young, as Young picking up the checkered flag here in all 3 feature events tonight. What a run and what a drive there by that 24 machine. We're going to quickly jump up into the broadcast booth here with our top 3 finishers, as unfortunately we got to get ready to go to work here shortly. So we're going to get in for some quick post-race interviews. We're going to pull the 24 ride up into the broadcast booth for his post-race interview. Hey, Jax, it's Aaron up here in the Peacemaker broadcasting booth. You got a copy?
For the 3rd time, yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Jax, the 3rd time tonight, and not just podium finishes, your 3rd checkered flag of the evening, man. Absolute dominance, man. Showing that that 24 ride can win in anything at any track. And here you are, once again, picking up another checkered flag tonight, man. How does it feel to be the only winner on the evening here with so many talented drivers in this field, including, you know, all your teammates and all these other great drivers out there trying to beat you here in each and every one of these races?
Man, it feels good, man. Really good.
Absolutely, man. A great run and a great finish here for yourself tonight. Unfortunately, we got to make her quick, as your boys got to get ready to go to work. So, Jax, a great run, a great drive. The 3rd checkered flag of the evening for yourself. Who do you got to thank for such a wicked, wicked run and such a strong performance here all night long out of that 24 machine?
Yeah, that's going to set us pretty good up for the points. But yeah, I'd like to thank all my sponsors, you for putting it on, Clean for putting it on, Gears Unlimited, and Enemy Setups, best setups around, I think. It proved it tonight. HY Pressure Wash and Painting, my parents, for allowing me to do this for half of the night, and everybody that helps, all my teammates, everybody. Thank you.
Absolutely, my boy. Well, congratulations on picking up your 3rd feature win of the evening, man. Absolute dominator performance here all night tonight, and hopefully we'll see you back up here in the broadcast booth next Tuesday. Hopefully we'll see you back up here in Victory Lane once again, and try to see if you can continue this streak on and see if you can pick up maybe a couple more checkered flags next week.
Yeah, thank you. Have fun at work.
Oh, I will for certain. All right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up there for the 24 ride of Jax Young as he picks up the checkered flag for the third time here this evening. An absolutely wicked run and absolutely amazing performance there out of the 24 ride. As we're going to pull in our second place finisher, the 213 of Michael Vitale. As Michael coming home here in position number 2.
And it would.
Hey, Michael, it's Aaron up here in the Peacemaker Broadcasting booth. You get a copy?
I got you, Aaron.
Michael, my boy, another great run, another great race here for that 213 ride. A good points night, but man, oh man, for so long it looked like you were the car to beat here in this one. It took Jax a long time to find a way to get around you, but once he did, it just didn't quite have enough to reel him back in there late in this one.
Yeah, a couple of cautions kind of I lost that gap on the restarts there. And I know Jax can run the outside real well, so I knew it was only a matter of time where I was going to see that slider. I seen it. I kind of slid him back. We kind of crisscrossed a few times, but hats off to him. He was able to maintain that outside lip. I tried to run the middle, and he got me at the end. But it was a good run overall.
Absolutely, man. A great run and a great race there between the two of you guys. And a great performance there for the 213 crew as you led a lot of laps. And that car looked very, very good. They were out in front of the field as you come home still with a solid second place run. A good points night and a great race here for yourself. Michael, who do you got to thank here for such a strong performance throughout the evening and another podium finish here for yourself?
I got to thank Billy Roberts over at Gears Unlimited most off. Everybody on the Outlaw Racing, everybody at Vitale Motorsports, Eddie Neal Enterprises, A&J Landscaping, Tight Lines Apparel, and you and Clayton for putting this on.
Absolutely, my boy. Well,
enemy setups for the dig as well.
Absolutely. All right. Well, Michael, congrats on another solid podium finish, man. Another great run, another great race for yourself. Hopefully, we'll see you back up here in the broadcast booth next week. Hopefully, a few more times and, some more good runs for that 213 crew.
I'll give him my shot. I'll give him my best. Appreciate it, boss.
Absolutely. Have yourself a wonderful night, my boy.
You too.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up there for the 213 ride of Michael Vitale as he comes home there in position number 2 here in these big block modifieds. As we're going to pull in our third place finisher, the 77 ride of Jesse Ingram. As Ingram coming home here in position number 3, rounding out the final podium spot here on the evening. Hey, Jesse, it's Aaron up here in the Peacemaker Broadcasting booth. Do you get a copy?
Yes, sir.
Jesse, my boy, a great run and a great drive here tonight in these big blocks, man. The 777 ride had to, slowly but surely try to pick your spots. You were making your moves there, and you were able to finally get around Nicholas there in that 15 ride. We saw you guys battle for so many laps. And, picking up that third spot, a solid podium finish, man. Looking like some momentum maybe starting to build here for yourself as we saw you all night long having some good runs here and good, finishes just outside of that podium.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a blast, but I don't really run these much, but I'm getting better every race.
Absolutely, man, and that's all it takes is that seat time and continuing to run the laps, and you're just going to keep getting better and better and better, and I'm sure soon enough we'll see you up here competing for the wins and the checkered flags here on a nightly basis. But coming home in the third spot, still parked down here on the front stretch, talking to me up here in the broadcast booth, means that you ended the night off on a good note, man. Who would you like to thank for such a solid run out here in this one?
Definitely got to thank the Outlaw boys. With setups, we all work together and come up with things, and I got to thank Tight Line Apparel, Cox Gaming, and the Vitale brothers, and that's about it.
Absolutely, my boy. Well, congratulations on the third place run. Unfortunately, I'd like to keep talking here all night long, but your boy's got to go to work. So, Jesse, congrats on the third place finish. Hopefully, we'll see you back up here, a few more times next Tuesday, as hopefully this momentum can continue to build for that 777 ride, and hopefully we'll see you back up here a few more times in the broadcast booth.
I'm definitely hoping so.
Beauty, Jesse, have yourself a wonderful night.
You too, brother.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up there for the 777 ride of Jesse Ingram as he comes home there in position number 3. Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, as you guys heard, your boy has got to get ready to go to work. Got about 20 minutes or so, 25 minutes before I got to be at work, so your boy's got to get ready. I gotta quickly go and get, my dinner ready and put my shoes on, make sure the car's warmed up, make sure that, I can get my car out of the driveway in case if it was snowing. I don't think it was, so we shouldn't have to shovel any snow. We might have to wait for the car to warm up for a little bit. So, unfortunately, we're going to have to call it there on that note. But man, oh man, oh man, what a run and what a wicked, wicked night. Scott, my boy, I'm having a wonderful, wonderful day, man. I'm having a great day. I'm glad to hear that you're doing well, my dude. And, man, some great racing all night long. That was a lot of fun. These guys put on a heck of a show and a heck of a race here. Every single one of these races for us. But ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, we're going to call it there on that note. So hopefully you guys have yourselves a wonderful evening. And we'll see you guys all tomorrow night around probably about 8:50 or so, 8:50 Eastern time, as we're going to get ready to rock and roll for the Scary Strokes Sim 500 late model series tomorrow night. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for tuning in. A huge shout out to all of our sponsors, Gears Unlimited, Tight Lines Apparel, the Vital Motorsports, Outlaw Racing, iRacing League. A huge shout out to everyone that makes this happen and all of you guys for tuning in. Everyone that came in with the love, the likes, the shares, the comments. Everyone coming in showing that love all night long. I appreciate each and every one of you. But unfortunately, we're going to call it there at that note. So ladies and gentlemen, until next time, peace out, ladies and gentlemen. Peace out, baby.